Hey, we're back. Adventures in Aanthara, session 8? I guess I should probably check these
That's
things.
what the overlay says, so I'm
Well,
going to
there you
say
go.
you're probably right.
Session 8. That means we are 8/10 of the way to 10. That's how math
Wow.
works. Yeah.
Wow.
Welcome back. This is the first time we've started the session with this exact cast and crew because we had some new additions last session.
Yeah.
So, briefly recapping that, after the return of the original party to Proward with saved children in tow, some small errands were taken care of, and then some sad goodbyes were said. And then some new party members were discovered. Well, TBD if they last in this party, which we don't really know, in fairness. But some new people were met, at the very least. Eadwin, the Genasi warrior, and Fatality Rosewood, also known as Faye, the bard who sang us a lovely ditty in the first time we met her. And then this group gathered together and, at the behest of Dixie, who owns the stables and sundries in Proward, adventured into a nearby forest and took care of very handedly, although not without loss of blood and burns from acid, a hive of nasty creatures called Kruthic. So, where we left off, the creatures had been slaughtered. Eadwin was collecting some hide, I believe, from one of the creatures, and everyone else was recovering and tending to their wounds after a difficult and harrowing battle. So, picking up there in the forest, west of Proward, what would you all like to do? Don't everybody speak at once.
True.
I'm recovering.
just processing everything, you know. There's a lot going around.
So I
Shall we
don't.
sit down for an hour or
I
so
don't mean
and...
to be that guy, but can't help but notice that you went down. Does that mean that your pay cut is reduced?
I'm afraid it's not exactly how this sort of thing works. You'll find that none of you went down because I did instead.
Bit off a bit more than you could handle.
No, I did my job.
All?
Instead of you all, yes. I'm a very good, not to mince words, distraction.
Evidently.
Right? So I can keep creatures and other people off your asses, keep them on mine, so that you all can get everything else that needs to be done.
So you're a professional floor mat. Got it.
Not exactly. No.
Anyway. Did hurt quite a bit. I could use a rest if everyone else could as well.
If we sit down for a few moments, I could sing us a song and it might be a bit restorative.
Alright.
That would be nice.
Are we concerned at all of the cave?
There is a large cave opening on the right side of this clearing.
I mean, there's certainly concern of perhaps a little, couple of extra younglings, maybe, but this is definitely the baby mama, so to speak. So I don't think we would really have to worry about any severe threats if we were to sort of just chill out for a bit.
If typical brood is 4? Was it 4? Then we might be okay.
Should be fine.
Alright, you guys want to take a short rest?
Why not?
Yes, please.
Okay. Short rest. Is anybody keeping watch of any kind, or are you all just chilling?
I'll keep watch.
Yep. Same.
Both you two? Okay, both of you can roll perception checks.
I rolled 9 plus 7, 16.
Okay.
Numbers. Yeah.
9 total.
Eclipse. 9 total.
9.
Okay. Neither of you hear much, certainly over the first 30 to 40 minutes of your short rest. A little, except for the singing, I believe, of Faye. Is that true?
Yeah, it's just more of like a gentle lute strumming, and I'm
Hmm.
beginning to work through. Maybe I haven't prepped anything for that myself,
The
but
second
maybe working
verse
through
of
a
Black
little bit.
Parade, perhaps?
Yeah. Just
So here's Wonderwall.
yeah, literally. So anyway, yeah, just like a very gentle, soothing tone,
Okay.
just to help everybody chill
Yep.
after a stressful situation.
So you hear that, and then about 40 minutes into this short rest, you start to hear Brightwing. You hear the sounds of tweeting and other bird collie noises begin to return to the area, and if you may remember, you kind of entered an area of nature silence at some point during your trek into this forest without really even noticing it, because it's hard to notice the absence of things. But eventually realized that there was little to no sound of nature, and now it seems that is returning. And you see flying down sort of to the edge of the little mini cliff wall that has surrounded this little clearing you're sitting in, the bird from earlier that you had tried to call to and feed and tried to speak to, but who saved against your spells and all the bad animal handling checks and flew away without so much as a word back. And it flies down to the ridge, and then it sort of cocks its head at you, and then it flies down to like 5 feet in front of you, hops forward a bit, hops forward a bit more. You put out your hand.
Mhm.
It flitters up to your hand, but kind of does the thing where it doesn't really land on it long enough to even fold its wings, and then instead flits down to the pouch where you had pulled the bird seed from and pecks at it.
Of course. I'll put it on the ground for the little bird.
Is it just open?
The bird,
Or are
no,
you
just
putting
like
some
a little
seed
bit,
on the
just a
ground?
little bit.
Okay. It starts pecking at it happily and slowly seems to warm to you. And I'm assuming, Faye, that you're using a Song of Rest.
Yes.
Okay,
So
so
if
you all
you
get...
roll hit dice, you can add an additional d6.
And you guys finish your short rest, so anyone who needs to roll hit dice can do so plus that extra d6. Aedwin, I would say you get about 17 pounds of hide.
Woo! Baby! Alright. Let's go. Ooh, that's so much. Cool.
I am back to full with 2 hit dice used.
Nice. Your about an hour comes to an end. Your short rest over. A lovely song, appreciated by all, and a bird that is now friends with Brightwing. What do you guys liking to do?
Well, all things considered, I think we've done everything that we need to do in here. That was pretty much the entire mark. So, unless there's more investigation we would like to do in this particular area, then we are pretty much done here and can report back.
I'm gonna walk over to the cave.
Okay.
I'll go with her.
Does it seem just like a den? Or is it Does it seem like it goes further, like the caves we went through?
You can't see the back, but it does seem relatively den-ish. But judging by the size of the creature that you fought, you imagine it's probably decently sized if it is a den of those creatures. So it kind of like curves around a little bit out of sight. And there are holes and crumbled rock all over the place,
Okay.
going off in different directions.
Are there remains, like of prey?
Roll a perception check. Do you have dark vision?
Yes.
Okay, roll a perception check. You're just standing from the outside? Or at the lip?
I mean, I would duck
Mouth?
my head in a little bit. I'm not afraid of
Okay.
dirt.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'd have my lantern out too, just to
Okay.
take a look at it.
21.
Ooh. Okay, are you guys wanting to go in and kind of, like, explore a bit? Okay.
Yeah, just a bit.
Alright. With a 21, you do find quite a few carcasses. Some look very much like the carcass you saw out in the clearing, which you believe to be the recently stolen horse.
Mhm.
Others seem to be various other forest animals, perhaps, most smaller than a horse, and in various states of decay. And as you you kind of curve around this corner and reach the back, you do see, sort of, nestled almost into holes in the rock, 4 large egg-sized or egg-shaped pieces of something that look pretty much like rock, but have a little bit of a pinkish purplish hue, and are kind of in a weird way sort of mounted into the rock.
And they look intact. They don't look broken.
They do
or
look
anything.
intact, yes.
Right.
Alright, I'm gonna call out and be like, I think we got something in here.
Go in and
Edwin
take a look.
joins. Okay.
I take one look at these things. Can I tell what these are based on my experience?
I'll say roll a nature check with advantage.
Let's see here. Oh, my nature's so good, Matt. I got a 2.
With advantage?
Oh, right, with advantage.
Yes, yes.
13.
Okay. You don't know a ton about the reproductive situation with these creatures. However, just based off size, coloration, and shape, you do get the sense this may be an unhatched brood of eggs. And I will say, once you join and with Eclipse's lantern, you also see the shattered remnants very close to this wall of what look like very similar shapes, colors in pieces on the floor. Maybe around 4, and look like they've been there for a while.
I'll tap the edge of my rapier on one of the eggs and just kind of like look at it and put it away. I think this is my skill set.
The sound is not hollow, but not like rock. It's somewhere in between those two.
All right. So, this is the rest of the family, I guess. And I slowly start to draw my sword.
I'll take 2 steps back.
Alright.
Just gonna kind
I
of.
guess we're doing this.
Well, yeah.
Unfortunately.
These things are a menace.
Listen. Yeah, you're right.
I know.
Go ahead.
Whack!
Then we can
I
add
step back
murdering
and let him do it
infants
himself.
to your list of crimes.
Okay.
List of bugger off.
I'm definitely not going to make you roll to attack the motionless eggs. You very successfully slash through, and there are no living creatures left by the time you are done.
Could I
Good.
grab one of the shards for just like a hand, like a palm-sized piece of one of the eggs and tuck that into my pack?
Mm-hmm. Certainly. You put Kruthic egg shard in your inventory.
How do you spell Krothic?
Kruthik.
Well, that takes care of that little problem.
All right.
Are we alright to move?
I think so. I think that is all the extermination we needed. Aside, of course, from the fiend that we find ourselves in the presence in. But, you know, not much to be done about that.
What fiend?
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Quite the opposite, actually.
Right. Anyways, let's head back.
Yeah.
Did Brightwing also go in?
No. Brightwing stayed in the clearing with her bird to keep watch.
During this time, Yasnit probably would have, maybe not necessarily approached, but asked in a way, trying to be a little bit secretive of the people that went into this dark, scary, deep down, dark, deep down. How do you feel about these two, Brightwing?
They argue. But I see also a possible kinship in the argument. But I don't know. We're only traveling with them for this mission, yes.
I'm not sure how it's going to extend, but I don't know. I haven't formed an opinion just yet.
You don't seem to like the strong one.
Only a fucking floor mat. Of course he doesn't.
Arrogance is one thing. But anyway.
They seem quite capable in their abilities.
Would have been nice to see more. But who knows? Just wanted to see where your head was at.
I'm not, well, I am alright with company. I'm just not very used to it.
Alright.
All right. The rest of you come back out of the cave, I assume?
Yes.
Okay. And anything else you want to do here? Or are you guys heading back?
I've got my 17 pounds of hide. I'm all set.
Okay.
You smell like you're carrying 17
Oh, I
pounds of
smell
hide.
like death. Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I would venture to guess he probably didn't smell that great beforehand either, but
Did this thing have like claws or anything?
it had so like that Star Wars creature in episode 2, it had like
The
yeah,
spikes?
it's I
Okay.
can't even call them pincers because I feel like
Yeah.
pincers you can do this. Yeah, basically
Shovels.
spikes.
What about
Shovels.
teeth?
Yes, many sharp, thin teeth.
Could I use like a crowbar while they're in there just to try to get some?
Do you have a crowbar?
I have a crowbar, and I'm gonna
Amazing.
use it.
Yes, I will say roll a strength check and a dexterity check.
Wow.
Both.
Am I watching him do this?
If you want to.
Okay, I'll give you guidance.
Ooh.
Oh.
Well, the strength check is a natural 20
Let's
Wow.
for 20.
True.
Yo, let's go.
The general dex is
Say
I
it.
would
Say it.
Sleight of hand.
also a natural 20.
Oh my gosh. You guys and you're rolling.
Yeah, where, yeah, I'm keeping this.
I think
dice.
we need an
25.
Anthara stats
Yeah,
on the natural ones and natural 20s from
Yep.
Brian in the last couple of sessions
Yep.
because it's been whacked.
Honestly,
And
yeah,
several.
that's
This
yeah.
This
Okay.
thing is both loving me and cursing me at the same time, and I'm for it. A 25.
I will say that for 25 on the sleight of hand.
Yep.
Total. Okay. With those two rolls, you can honestly get however many teeth you want, up to I would say like 60, theoretically.
I'm not
you are
going for that
You are
many.
just like, yeah, I would
Yeah,
assume not, because it would be quite a haul to carry all that. But
I would
you
say
are
like
you
12.
are like, okay, 12
I'd be good
is
with a dozen.
12 is the dozen is fully doable. Brightwing, you wonder if maybe Yasnip was, or Nas, whatever we're calling him now, was a dentist in a former life, considering you don't actually know what he did in any former lives.
I also just like really want to put the mental imagery out there that he's using a crowbar.
Yes, he is. Which,
just
given the size of
dislodge
these teeth,
12
is
teeth.
kind of
I
a
mean-
pretty well-sized tool.
100%. It's just really funny.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
We come
Why
out and
didn't
he's
you
doing
me
that,
one?
and we just kind of like look at him,
Yep.
and he's like halfway in the mouth, like popping teeth out, and just like,
I-
all right, like
I'd
wipe
like to-
dirt off my pants.
I'd like to think it's not that graceful. It's more of like pressing into the gum line and popping them out
Yep,
kind of thing.
yep.
But yeah,
There's a lot of blood.
yeah.
Hey,
I'll-
good on ya.
I'll pop one extra and hand it to Brightwing.
Okay.
thank you.
And these teeth are probably like 2 inches long and thin,
Okay.
but very sharp. All right. Is that it for everybody in this clearing? Okay. You guys start making your way back to Proward. It does not take long. You know a little bit better the way from here to Proward, given that you found the way from Proward to here. So over the next couple hours, you make your way back and come out of the forest and then to the western edge of the city, which is where Dixie's stables are, fortunately. And it is probably about 5:30, 6 p.m. evening. Still a decent amount of sun left, but getting closer to dusk. And when you get back, you see near Dixie, who appears to be working and kind of side-eyeing them as if to keep an eye on them, make sure they don't hurt themselves. Clazen and Daisy hanging on bits of the pasture fence, just goofing around like kids do. And as you make your way back towards the pasture, Daisy's ears perk up, and they both come running over to you.
Kneeling down, not being too
Okay.
tall.
Clazen initially runs towards you, Yasnip, and you see him like getting ready to maybe give you a hug, and then he sort of stops and looks at these two new people. And it's just, there's this super obvious awkward moment of like his hands are mostly up 2 feet away from you, and he's looking at you and then looking at them silently.
Can I reach over and high five him?
And I'll high five
Yes.
the other hand.
Yeah, just wanna.
And then Give
Beautiful.
him a subtle wink.
Yeah,
Okay.
just like.
Faye and Aedwin, since you haven't met these children, though you have heard stories of them in conjunction with the stories of this group, you see two young children, one a white rabbit folk girl, and the other a small Verdun boy with bald head. The Verdun boy is the one who ran up awkwardly towards Yasnip and then stopped. You don't know why, and then got a high five from both him and Eclipse. And then Clazen turns towards you, Eclipse, after the high five. Oh, do you have my spear?
I should, right? I don't think I
Yes, you should.
do.
You
I
gave
do have-
you
so-
gave daisies, I believe, to Daniel, but you kept
Yes.
Clayton's.
So I pull out the extra one that I've been carrying around, and it's just a kid's size, kind of poorly carved out spear. And I just hold it out to him. And I look at Daisy, and I'm just like, your brother has yours. So I don't know if he gave that back to you at all.
He didn't, but I'm sure he will. I'll ask. Thanks. And Clayton takes the spear and does a couple of very non-graceful, not at all technically correct maneuvers.
I just clap.
You'll hear I'll minor illusion, and you'll hear the sound of more people clapping.
Yay!
Yeah.
His eyes grow big and he looks around. And then down at the spear. Keeps doing it with
Do it again,
added
yeah.
vigor.
Yeah.
And while he does this, Daisy kind of looks at the rest of you. Daniel and my dad wanted me to ask if you guys were gonna join in the Spudmaster race.
And the what?
What is
That
Spudmaster?
sounds wonderful, and I don't know what it is.
Oh, it's like it's a real important part of the festival. It's happening in I don't know what time it is, but probably not very long. It happens right before dusk, and they're both racing in it.
I don't see why not. We could have a little fun.
Do I know how this works?
You do know how this works, yes. It is a triathlon of sorts that is largely themed around potatoes for whatever reason. Most likely, somewhere back in the history of Broward, someone who started it in the festival was a potato farmer. And now it is typically run by or supplied by the big potato farmers of Broward. But it is a multi-part race that involves digging up potatoes, potato sacking, a sort of obstacle course thing. It's a test of many different athletic abilities.
I think we deserve a little fun.
Sure, why not?
I think at the start of this conversation, I probably have already walked off to find Dixie.
Fair enough. She's not far. You kind of saw her keeping an eye on the kids.
Oi,
Well, you all look like you, well, to be honest, you look like shit, but you're back, so I assume that's good news.
yeah, we got rid of the entire family. Likely not going to run into any other issues regarding horses going missing anymore. So, righto on that.
You know how much I appreciate it. I can't really put it all into words, but if you or any of the group needs, I think they said they wanted to travel north. If they need horses
Oh,
and a wagon, even, I'm sure I could help.
yeah. I guess if they want to do that, they can certainly ask.
I don't know if we talk, but I don't owe you anything, right? Does somebody else
No.
pay for this?
No, the Scarlet Swords are going to handle the payment directly to myself and everyone else, so you don't need to worry about anything on your end.
Man, it's a pretty good deal.
Well, that's what we do,
Appreciate your work.
as always. And I will, I guess, return back to the group and just be like, you all thinking about traveling north?
I believe that was part of the plan.
Well, Dixie has offered you carts and horses for it, so
I mean, if Crater can't pull it on his own, I'm sure he wouldn't mind a buddy.
Does Crater not like friends?
Well,
horses have various temperamentalities in my experience. It really does range.
Crater seemed very friendly
To you.
when we spoke.
yes. Well, I'll see if he's hanging around any specific ones in the pasture and see if maybe we can find one that he's already made friends with.
If you need help communicating, I will be of assistance.
I would love your help, Right Wing. That would be amazing. Anything to make the process easier, honestly. He's kind of spoiled. So.
The best
Okay.
ones are.
Guess what does this mean for you two?
Well,
Are you going to go jump in sacks, as Daisy was saying? I'm not sure why one would jump with sacks,
gods,
but
no.
Oh, don't be
But-
a horse, Spud. Have some fun.
Physical activity is not my forte.
It is mine, but I'm here for other reasons, and I've actually was hoping that I would run into your group so that I could ask you a few questions about some recent events.
Sure, we can answer questions for each one that you beat us in.
Alright, let me make something clear. I'm here on official sanctioned business
That's
by the
great. I'm
Scarlet
here
Swords.
for fun.
While
And
he's
so
doing
is
this,
I.
while he's doing
Accord.
this, I'm going to cast Disguise Self and stand a foot behind him, but like shorter and like stumpier looking, and just like
And it's very important that you understand that. What are you looking at? And then I look behind me. What are you doing?
the fuck are you doing?
Permission to punt the bard? I'm just gonna very slowly turn back around.
If I may be frank, I was also here on official business, but I think you could afford to have a little bit of fun. And if you don't want to have any fun, at least
I'm just
relax
on a bit of a time clock is all. I've got to get some information back. I do have to report back to my associate that the job has been completed, and I figured if I could knock out 2 birds with 1 stone, save us all a bunch of time.
I mean,
Over drinks?
Yes.
My offer still stands. I understand that you're here for official business, but I'm here on my own accord. You want information from me? You have to earn it. Plus, you're already down 1 in my book.
I'm gonna go to the tavern. I'm just gonna very very just defeated walk to the tavern and just get the strongest drink because today's been a
Okay.
day.
Disguise
You
Self lasts
all-
for an hour, so I am not going to the tavern. I am going to continue around town as
Excellent.
Edwin and just be like, yes, you're doing that very officially. Yes, I see. Yes, I am very official. I am very important, and do not forget it, and etc. etc.
Did you say you were a shorter, fatter
Yes,
version?
yes.
Okay. Excellent.
But like enough that like if someone wasn't really paying attention, they would be like, oh, it's that red guy, or you know, like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You all watch Edwin walk off, and then Daisy grabs Brightwing's hand and Clayton grabs Eclipse's hand, and they both start tugging you. Come on, we gotta go. We gotta go quick, or else the race will start.
oh, it's right now. Okay.
It's real soon.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
I'm so down.
Okay.
I just go with
I'll,
them because
I'll
they're
follow.
adorable and delightful, and I will do anything for them.
Faye, what are you doing?
That means the same way.
I'll go along. I'm.
Okay.
What is everyone else? What are the locals doing?
Once you start getting back into town, the locals are very much largely milling about in the square doing festival-y things. Which you weren't here for the original day of the festival, so in a word,
Was.
there are...
I was.
You
not.
were, yes, but Faye was, Megan was not.
Yeah.
There are quite a few booths with various little trinkets being sold, flowery crowns, stuff like that. There are a bunch of little game booths. There's a one that says Whack-A-Knoll, where kids are trying to hit these little knoll-shaped things that are coming up out of holes, apparently operated by some sort of clockwork. It's being run by a gnome, I believe. And a ton of fresh fruits and vegetables everywhere within sight. Smells are incredible. Pies and things like that also. And once you get back to the square, you see the beginnings of what appears to be this Spudmaster Triathlon. There's a very large banner, and there is a Firbolg man, kind of relatively short, sort of stocky for a Firbolg, with a bushy gray chin beard and overalls, no shirt, and a very clear farmer's tan. That is sort of standing under the sign, seeming to be taking sign-ups, and a few different people standing around stretching, and a bunch more people from the town sort of slowly making their way towards that as if to watch what seems to be an important event.
You guys in?
I would have been asking the kids while we were on our way there, just like, so what do we have to do? What is this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to hear them explain it. Just
yeah.
for fun.
Daisy kind of they probably take turns somewhat to some degree, but Daisy says, "Okay, so there's this sort of pretend field. It's not a real field. The potatoes are grown out. I don't know, wherever they normally get grown, but there's potatoes that are buried in it, and you have to dig them up like you're farming for them, and you have to get pan, I think, and you have to put them into a sack, and then what you have to do then is you have to carry the sack, and there's all the potatoes in it, so it's real heavy, and you have to carry the sack, and you have to go, you have to run on this obstacle course, and it's real, like, it's hard, and people fall down a lot, and then, but you have to make it all the way through with the sack, and, yeah, that's right, and then, when you get to the end, you have to empty all the potatoes out, and you have to get in the sack, and you have to hop in it, which is real hard to do, even for us rabbit folk. We're pretty good at it, but it's real hard, and it kind of loops back around to the beginning, and it's a race, and that's when it ends.
So dig up the potatoes, carry the potatoes, and then make a race with the potato sack, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know if I'll be very good at this.
I think it's more fun to show people that you're willing to do something.
You were quite good at the whack-a-mole.
That's more perception. I'm very good at knowing my surroundings.
Well, that's
Picking up sacks of potatoes. I'm not very She points to her chicken wings of arms.
That's the brilliance of a triathlon. You can be really good at finding the potatoes, and if you're extremely good, that cuts down the amount of time that you'll have to worry about with the other two.
Okay. I will
I'm
try.
guessing we don't get to be a team on this. This is like.
Nope,
each person
there's
on
no
their own.
teams allowed. Nope. In fact, my dad and Daniel, they usually try to mess each other up.
I see.
But you don't want to get caught, because I think that's against the rules.
I won't tell anyone.
Well, I'm for it.
Yeah. I think this could be fun.
All right. Who's
Anyone
going to
against me
sign
tagging
up?
along?
I have no spells to help with this.
No
Come
spells.
on in.
Brightwing, are you joining?
You know what? Why not? The kids are dragging me over. I'm gonna do it.
Okay. Edgewind, given that there are a number of places to get beer, ale, scumble, which you would have probably come across in your day or so here, in and around the square, would you have wanted to do that and keep an eye on the happenings, or would you have wanted to go to a tavern and get away from all the hustle and bustle?
That was more so a jest. What I'm actually doing is I'm trying to find my associate.
Fair enough.
To see
I'm
if I
still
can kind of relay with
disguised as him, so is that confusing?
I'm gonna say, here's what I'm gonna say. You two are rollies.
Please. Oh my
Please
God.
let this guy come
Nope.
up to. Oh,
No
my God,
bonus.
Please.
So
I will
we're
give you
50-50
guidance if I
on
could.
rollies so far, which is fun. So
I got a 15.
15. I got a 16.
Wow.
No.
You guys and your rollies have
They've
always
been
been one
close,
apart.
man.
That's
It
3
was
for
a
3
1
on
and a
one
2,
apart.
and then a 19
Yep.
and a 20.
Okay. You do not see, Faye, the accented gentleman that previously seems to potentially be Edwin's contact. Edwin, you do find him. We can get to that. But in the meantime, all 4 of you are signing up.
Yes.
Okay. So you make your way over to the what seems to be the launching point for this race under this banner, and the Furbolg, who has a little bit of a clipboard, looks at you. Are you all looking to join in the race?
That's
Yes,
we are.
we're still up. Yes.
Goody. All right. This will be a full one. It's 2 silver to enter, and there's prizes for everyone, but the winners get something extra.
I'll put 8 silver up to pay for
What?
everyone.
Aww.
That's unnecessary.
No.
Let me cover it.
It's fine.
You allowed me to attend you on this adventure.
Well, you still have coin coming from that as well, don't you?
Do I?
I
There
mean,
was no-
we'll make sure you do.
All right.
It was very vaguely verbally hinted at. You don't
I
know.
assumed
will
I was
make
not invited
sure.
on that, given the nature of who was going to be doling it out.
True.
If he's greedy, you can have some of mine.
Just
You
money.
have mine as well. I don't use it.
He takes the 8 silver from Nas and hands you a clipboard. If you just want to, I'll write down your names so we can have a record.
So I write Yasnip Hathgron.
Okay.
Nice. You
Do you pass it around?
Yep, pass it around.
Okay. What do the other 3 of you write?
I think Brightwing takes it next, but you see she very carefully writes her name, that she's like still learning the alphabet in your language.
Okay.
Yeah. In fancy calligraphy, it says Eclipse for Noir.
I'll drop the disguise and it'll just say Pharaohs.
Okay. All right. And he takes it back. You've got checks a little pocket watch in his umbrella overall pocket. He pulls out an umbrella and a pocket watch and starts flying away.
I'm so here for it. Let's go. I want this to be real.
In his overalls, about 7 minutes, we'll be getting going.
Okay.
And you look over and see, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 other contestants that are sort of stretching, getting ready, eyeing the field, which you do see is kind of like, it looks like a bunch of fresh dirt was dumped into a cordoned off area, a few inches deep, so that it's not super easy to find things potentially, but they seem to be scouting it from outside the ropes.
Yeah, I was about to say, can I start scanning it to see if I see any potatoes?
So,
Sure.
I have 2 things I can do first.
Okay. You also do see Daniel and Dennis, the oldest hop across son and the hop across father, who are both there stretching each other out like athletes do. And you also see twin black-haired half-elves, look to be in their teens or so, a blonde male human, a young Furbolg girl, a young curly reddish-haired halfling who is stretching very gregariously near a halfling girl who he seems to be trying to impress. A brunette human girl, also teenager, and Wigan Perinacle III, who is, to those who have not met him yet, a very, very elderly gnome with wild white hair kind of poking out in every which direction over his big pointy ears.
Is that the grandfather of one of the
Yes,
kids?
that is the grandfather of
Alright.
Wigan Perinacle V,
Alright.
who you rescued. Yes.
Oh.
Just wanted
And
make
to
sure.
date, you have not seen parents of Wigan Perrynackle V, you've only seen him with his grandfather.
I'll start like just kind of looking at what everyone else is doing and like,
Mm-hmm.
is this it? Like, yeah, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay, and Yasnib, you said you wanted to scan the potato field, and
Yeah.
Brightwing, what did you want to do?
I wanted to scan the potato field, and I also wanted to ritually cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
And then I'm going
Well,
to, I know it takes 7. I know it takes 10 minutes. Oh, that's true.
uh-huh.
Okay. Okay, I'll just use the one spell slot that I have
Okay.
and cast it. And I want to try and find a gopher.
Oh my gosh. A gopher. Okay, where are you looking for this gopher?
Probably like where the fresh dirt is grown, but like off to the side there's not a lot of people, so I don't know where the gophers would be. Probably
Okay.
would know.
Well, yes,
So-
you imagine, so you're in the town square, it's
Mhm.
somewhere between, like, stone cobbles and roughly, like, rough dirt slash, what is it when it's really thin, or, fine rock? Gravel? Yeah, I think that's the word I'm looking for. So, you don't imagine there's probably very many gophers burrowing around in the town square. You would maybe have to go outside of the or towards the edge of town. You might be able to
Okay.
find another animal or some rodent of some kind. Are you just looking for anything?
I'll just look for anything. Any
Okay.
kind of animal that would help me out.
Okay. I'm gonna say that this is gonna take your 7 minutes or your like 5 or 6 minutes before you have to actually get to the starting line, and you won't be able to inspect the field if you do this.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. You roll
These-
a investigation check,
Gotcha.
and Naz, you roll a perception check. Faye, what did you want to say?
Which of these people look the most athletic?
The group of other contestants?
Yeah, like
outside of
if
your
I-
group?
Yeah, if I was to
Okay.
just walk up to one of them, who has the best odds?
Probably the blonde human teenage male.
Yeah, I got that one. All right.
Although, by far, the most athletic looking person who is in this race is Eclipse.
Oh yeah. I'll walk up to the young human and I'll just start chatting him up and I'll just say, "Hi there, how are you? I'm new in town. Could you explain the rules to me a little bit?" And as I'm doing that, I'll cast Charm Person on him.
Ooh, okay. What's the saving throw?
It is a Wisdom saving throw. DC is 14.
That would be a 2.
He's my
Okay.
friend.
You cast a spell and start pumping him for information or whatever it is you're doing, and he kind of goes glassy-eyed for a second, and then, yeah, it's well, and he explains the rules, very similar to how the kids did. I've been top 3 2 years in a row, so I know a thing or two. Did you want some tips?
Wow. Yeah, honestly, if anything that you'd be able to do to help me out, I'd really appreciate it. Like maybe, if the situation arises, and you'd be able to help me out a bit, I would really be grateful.
Oh yeah. We could probably, yeah. I mean, hey,
Yeah.
you first, I'm second, or I'm first, you're second.
Yeah, we
That's-
could split.
That's a win-win.
Yeah, there we go.
All right. He kind of gives you a wink that's attempted sultry, but mostly goofy.
Blinks with both eyes.
Oh my
Yeah, pretty
God.
much.
It's just Kit Harington trying to wink. Oh no. Bro.
What did you two roll on your checks?
Mine was a 12.
I
Okay.
rolled a natural 19, plus a 4 on the D4, so a 23.
Wow.
I know.
Okay.
There's one
Uh,
gopher in
y-
that field, and she found it.
Naz, you
Turn into Caddyshack over here.
you see a whole bunch of piles of dirt
Mm,
and nothing poking up. It seems that it is there. It's not like there's little chutes or anything. It looks like you have to actually dig under to find anything, and nothing can be seen from above.
okay.
Brightwing,
Mhm.
you search for maybe 2 or 3 minutes with that roll, so you may actually be able to get back to do something else, depending on how this goes, and find a squirrel, kind of short tail, very chunky, that's sort of near a cart of almonds and other various nuts, with a few in its cheeks.
Excuse me.
It kind of stops what it's doing, which was stuffing its cheeks, and like 3 nuts fall out of its cheeks. Huh?
Do you think you could be of assistance?
Maybe?
You seem to be very good at finding nuts. Do you think you can seem to find something bigger in Quran?
Can I eat it?
You can have it. I don't know if you would like it, but I could help you get more nuts afterwards.
Okay. Where do I look?
You just come with me, and we will look for them together. There will be
Okay.
lots of people around. I hope that's not uncomfortable for you.
They gonna try to catch me or something?
I won't let them do it.
Okay.
What's your name?
I don't know.
Oh, alright. I'm not very good with names either. Let's just.
I like nuts.
Would you like to be called Nuts?
Sure.
Oh, I know how.
Add it to the list.
How about do we go with pecan? I like pecans.
I like pecans.
I like pecans too.
Wait, so is my name Nuts or Pecans?
Let's go with pecans.
Okay.
Not pecans though. Pecans.
All right. Where am I? What am I supposed to do now?
Just hop on my staff, and
Okay.
we'll go find the large nuts together.
Pecan. Is it pecan or pecans?
Pecans, I guess.
Okay,
Every
pecans. All the pecans runs up your staff, and is does not sit on the top, but is like halfway down it vertically, like squirrels do on trees. Looking around, not sure what he's supposed to do yet.
Alright, and then I'll walk him back. And then I'll point to the mounds and
Mhm.
explain to him what's underneath the mounds and like that's the big nuts that we're trying to get to.
Okay.
And if you can help in any way, that'd be great. Either way, I'll give you some nuts at the end of it.
Okay. All right. Wow.
Are they
What?
handing out
What is
shovels
happening?
for us, or are we gonna have to do this ourselves?
They are not. You see no shovels. It
Hell
seems
yeah,
like it's
let's
gonna
go,
be a
gamers.
hand digging thing.
Let's go.
Pecans runs down to your staff and hops into the field. And I am going to roll an investigation check for Pecans the squirrel,
Let's go.
which is
Guidance.
certainly a negative.
Oh,
Guidance for
potatoes, please.
pecans!
How can it be a negative? Squirrels are insane.
Squirrels look for nuts in the ground, Matt. I will have
Yes.
you know. Like that's the
Yeah,
thing that
well,
they do.
These are
It's
also
not
not
false.
nuts.
Why don't
This is also true.
Easier to find then.
Just listen.
Um,
We're gonna need at least a 6-point rule on how that squirrels can roll for potatoes. Okay, we need that
Yeah.
by next session.
Okay,
Yeah.
here we go.
Yeah.
Oh,
submit
wait,
it to-
wait. Are you or are you not giving Pecans guidance?
I'm giving pecans guidance.
Okay, I assume so. Okay, well, the guidance was a 4, which cancels out his -4 of intelligence
Hey.
investigation roll. So that is not bad, actually. All right. I'd say he probably has about 2 or 3 minutes to do this in the time before people start lining up, given that you found him so quickly. So you see him, like, very quickly digging in the dirt, not getting very far, and then moving on, doing it again. At one point, you see him sort of seem to latch into something and try to move it, and it's just too big, or too heavy, or too stuck in the ground, and he gives up. And about 3 minutes later, he runs back to you. Those are huge nuts! Holy shit! I can't even get them out, but I found a couple, and he sort of points at a couple spots where you see bits of squirrel track.
Thank you very much, because I will take it from here.
Okay, but do I get some nuts now?
After, okay? I promise.
Okay, where do I go for now?
If you'd like to go back to where you were eating before, I'll get the nuts from there.
Okay, but I'm keeping my eye on you.
Alright, I'll keep my eye on you.
All right. He scuttles off.
Thank you!
Okay. Wow.
I don't even care what
Um,
happens now.
I don't even.
Nope. We all
Yep.
won. We won.
Yep.
Let's be
Yep.
real.
That is a
we
thing
beat
that
Dungeons
happened.
and Dragons.
We Dungeons and Dragons. All right. The Firbolg in overalls and with an umbrella and a pocket watch per cannon.
Let's go.
Calls out. All right, everybody line up. And everybody else gather around. We're getting ready to start the Spudmaster Triathlon. It's gonna be a big one. The rest of the groups, the rest of the 9 others start lining up. There does not seem to be any order. There's a lot of jostling for position.
I'll make sure I'm with my buddy.
Okay.
I will do a couple fake faux stretches and cast Expeditious Retreat on myself.
Ooh! Whee! Okay.
Bruh.
What is that spell's components?
It is verbal and semantic.
Okay. I'm gonna say roll a stealth check then.
There's a 17.
Okay. You quietly and stealthily cast Expeditious Retreat on yourself in the midst of some stretching. You have that going now. Wow. Anybody else doing anything else?
All I can do is channel divinity. I don't think turn undead would be really beneficial at the moment.
Undead potatoes. Little zombie
think-
potatoes start rising up out of the ground.
Yeah.
I think Eclipse is gonna do some standard stretches like before a run or something, but she's like in between taking this super seriously and not trying to destroy everybody.
Okay.
Just having good fun.
Okay. All right. You all line up. Okay.
Can I get place in my staff before I go?
Yes, you could give Clayson your staff. It's about 2 times taller than him, and when he takes it from you, it just like fully tips over a little bit, and he's like doing the thing where he's leaning back to keep it from falling over, but seems very emphatic about it.
Can you get this away from me?
Will this make magic?
It could call burst if you would like it.
Ooh. Okay.
Minor illusion, little bird sounds.
He totters off.
Oh no.
You all are given a sack, a burlap sack that you figure goes up probably to around somewhere between your knees and your waist, hopefully. If you were to stand in it. You all line up?
Yep.
All right.
Putting our feet in it yet, though, right? This is the
No.
potato gathering round.
No. Yeah, everyone's holding it in their hands. You're right in
Okay.
front of the field. The field of dirt.
Zombie potatoes.
Roland, the Firbolg, raises his hand up. On your marks. Get set. Go. All right. I need you all to roll an investigation check.
An investigation.
Yeah.
Brightwing, you get a +3. An
Plus
extra
three,
plus
okay.
3.
And can I say I shifted when he said 2?
Sure, if you have a shift left.
I have a shift left. I will
Okay. Wow. All right.
shift. He's not bad. Not bad.
Okay, what'd you guys get? Hit me.
23.
15.
Oh my goodness. 23. Okay.
18.
13.
Nas, you got a 15?
15.
Okay, everybody got a 13 or higher.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, good rolls. Okay. All right. Okay. The 4 of you start just absolutely tearing through this dirt. It's you kind of get a bit of an impression that maybe you guys are finding more thrill in the competition of this than the majority of the other contestants who are doing it to impress some girl or because they're a very old gnome who's done it 50 years in a row and are just going to do it anyways. And come out having found 10 potatoes in at least as fast as the majority of the other people. Wiggin, the old gnome, is one of the few to keep up with you. But all 4 of you do this very quickly. And fill the sack. Okay. A bunch of others, by the way, are still struggling to even find like their first few potatoes by the time you leave the field. Now, you leave the field. Everything is kind of coursed off by little posts with kind of string between them and little colored flags hanging off of them, so you know where to go. Ahead of you is, by all intents and purposes, like a marine-esque obstacle course. Not nearly as high on the high things or as difficult. Yeah, much reduced. But that kind of stuff, like climb over the ladder, crawl under the ropes, and you all enter this portion of the race. I need you all to roll an athletics check.
Oh, good. I'm so good at that.
No option for acrobatics.
If I try
Nope.
to help Perinacle slightly, will that give me disadvantage?
Yes, I would say so. And I will also say, Faye, that you can take advantage on this roll because your charmed
young
friend
helper.
helps push you up, yes, over a few obstacles.
I'm going to try to slightly match stride with Wiggin, and then when he gets to like the wall, I'm gonna like put my knee down underneath one of his footfalls to try to help him get up.
Okay.
With disadvantage, that's a 14.
Okay. Wow, still rolling well.
Was
Okay, and
this
what do the
with
rest of you get?
disadvantage?
15.
I'm trying to
just
help
for him.
Wiggin.
With advantage of 15.
15? Okay.
That's a natural
Brightwing?
1 for 7.
Oh no!
Oh no, buddy!
Oh no!
Could
Oh,
I see
my
her
heavens.
slipping? I don't know how the timey-wimey of this
just-
works, but
just
could I
like-
see her like starting to fall behind and cheer out for her somehow and give her inspiration?
That's okay.
What did you roll?
Me?
No, Faye.
Oh, I was
I had a 15 total.
Okay. I'm gonna say that you're doing so well that you're ahead of her early on. You probably got a slight jump during the potato finding portion of this race, so you don't even notice this happening. Brightwing, what did you roll?
A 0.
A 0?
What?
Oh my gosh!
2 minus 2
Okay.
is
Okay.
0.
So here's what happens. At some point on this obstacle course, Brightwing and Eclipse get fully entangled trying to go through some of those rope things that you run through, end up fully like intertwined in a mess and lose several seconds on the rest of everybody else. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. That's everybody. All right. In fact, the two of you who rolled a 0 and was a 7. Okay. Everyone, pretty much, from that had fallen behind before, catches up to you, and a good number of people pull well ahead of you at this point. Okay. At the end of this obstacle course, which you are all carrying your sack of potatoes through, by the way, in case I didn't mention that, because you were explained that in the rules, there are a row of buckets where people are dumping potatoes. So you dump your potatoes in the bucket, hop in the sack, and then the track continues in like a looping fashion back around. So we are going to roll acrobatics checks. This is a decently long course, so there are going to be 3 checks in a row. There's a chance for some people to come back if you roll well on all of them. So first check, acrobatics.
Question, Matt.
Yes.
With my bird feet, with razor-sharp talons, do
Oh my gosh.
Oh dear.
Oh gosh. Roll a
Getting
d20.
worse, gang.
On an 11 or higher, your feet are going to cut through this bag, and on a 10 or lower, they're not.
I got a 12.
Okay. So very shortly into the hopping, Brightwing, your feet just cut holes in the bottom of the bag, and you're basically like wearing it like a diaper now.
Can I just run?
But yes, you are able to just run. We'll see what people think of that if you do it. What did everybody roll on the first round?
18.
Wow.
19.
Oh, the first.
Wow.
16.
Goodness. You
It's like
guys.
7.
Oh my
so
gosh,
good.
this is incredible. Okay. All right.
It's way too seriously.
I don't know taking it
Nas.
really seriously.
No.
Nas.
Like, Faye is taking it too seriously.
Yes. Well, and in fairness, all of you are just, even the ones of you who aren't particularly like strong or acrobatic, you're all adventurers who fight, and these people are not. So coming into this, you all had a bit of an advantage. Nas, Brightwing, and Faye, you are all near the front of the pack at this point. Brightwing, you've caught up, not quite to the very front, but a decent ways with your totally not legal running with the burlap diaper maneuver. Eclipse, it's not going well for you right now. The lead that you had after the potato finding portion of this race is completely lost, and you are near the very back of the pack with, amusingly, the blonde human teenager that had been helping Faye, probably because he wasted his time helping Faye, which you did notice. And the red-haired halfling who, despite his best efforts to impress the halfling girl that is watching, is too distracted by her and keeps messing things up. Oh, and the brunette female human teenager is so far in the back, she's not even done with the potatoes yet. Also, just for the record, all of these characters rolled throughout this entire thing pre this session, so this is you're all matching up against what they actually did. Okay, second portion of the potato sack race, acrobatics check.
So
Everybody go.
if the 3 of us are in the front, who's immediately behind us?
You guys are all sort of neck and neck with Daniel, who is at the very front.
Okay.
And then the black-haired female elf twin is up there at the front with you. Wiggin, somehow, and he's been falling back. He's been falling back a little bit since the potato sack portion of the race started. But with your help through the obstacle course, he made his way pretty decently through that portion, and he had a huge lead in the beginning because he found the potato so quickly. So he is up there at the front with you as well. Daniel is in the actual lead, but you, Faye, and Nas are right there with him, and Brightwing's not far behind.
I have
Okay,
13.
next acrobatics checks. Okay.
I got a nat 20 for a 24.
I got a natural 22!
Gosh!
Hey, Brian, guess which die it was?
Yeah.
You got me these dice.
Yeah.
I got a 23
Brightwing?
with that nat 20 as well.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
A 17.
Hey!
Wow.
She's back, baby!
Encouragement.
Yay!
Okay.
Yay!
All right. Faye, you are now currently actually in the lead. Nas, you are neck and neck with Daniel, and Wiggin is falling behind a little bit. Brightwing, you're kind of right with Wiggin.
Okay.
And Eclipse, you're starting to catch up to the pack. You're still ways behind. You're gonna need a huge finish here. All right, last leg of the race, home stretch. Everybody in the crowd is cheering. Roll an acrobatics check.
Uh, 23.
Oh my goodness!
Dirty 20.
Wow.
I'm going to fall behind Wiggin.
Okay, so
Intentionally, yeah.
that's gonna mean falling probably out of the top 3
That's
as you get to the end. Okay.
what
What did the other 2 of you get?
Say it, please. God,
I rolled a natural 2, but it's not a -2 this time. It is a +3, so a 5.
Okay.
7.
Oh my gosh! How?
You're a cat.
To be
Okay.
fair, realistically, it probably is coming up to her knees. So,
Yes,
because of
yes.
how her feet are shaped, it is
Yes.
not going well. So that makes sense.
As much as Brightwing gained a bit of an advantage with her
I'm
burlap
losing all
diaper,
of it.
Eclipse has a
Yeah.
massive disadvantage.
It
In
is
fact,
not
it
going
seems like
well.
maybe the sack she got was even a little bit smaller than the others, though that could just be the perspective of the giant buff pantherkin tabaxi in the little sack.
Not going well.
But it is a very awkward and ungraceful
Send her back to me.
situation.
She's distracted.
Okay. Let me do this real quick. Okay. Faye, despite your initial hesitation and statements about not being that athletic, Faye finishes in first with an unbelievable collection of rolls. Daniel finishes right behind her in a very close second.
one's
Daniel is the oldest hop across son, so he's a white rabbit folk. He's the older brother of Daisy, who you met and asked you to come race with you guys. Nas would have probably finished in third, but stops to let Wiggin get ahead.
I'll say for that, like, I will let go of the sack so that it trips me up and I fall, like, as part of that.
Okay, all right, fair enough. And the
I say with that, seeing Nas fall, that's why Brightwing doesn't keep going, because she runs to Yasmin because she thinks he's hurt.
Okay, amazing. And the raven-haired female elf finishes third.
Damn.
And then
Tried.
Brightwing actually probably would have been right behind them, along with Wiggin, if not for the Nas disaster. So there is much cheering. Faye is basically being mobbed by a whole bunch of people who did not expect her to win, very clearly, and maybe who remember her song from a little bit earlier. And the Furbo gentleman in the overalls comes up to you guys. Very well raced. That's got to be one of the best we've seen. Prizes, you unbelievably well done, he says, looking at you, Faye, and hands you 14 silver. And then Daniel gets 2 silver. And the rest of you get a coupon for a free sample of truffle fries at a stall
I'm the real winner.
at the festival.
Yeah.
Can I look at?
That
Can
is-
I look at Daniel? What is his? I've never met him. What do his clothes look like?
He is wearing actually the same thing as all the rest of the Hop Across family that you've seen about town, including Daisy, who you met. Pantaloons and a vest with a little symbol of a rabbit hopping over a lake on like the breast
Are they in
pocket.
good condition?
Yeah, they look decently
Okay.
good condition. Oh, and in fact, you would have probably taken the ferry across the Darklock to get into town, because pretty much everybody does. And the Hoppercross family operates that ferry, so you probably would have met them at least in a business transactional way, if not.
Make sure I didn't like defeat this kid and take like
No,
something they were planning on having for food, you know?
no. To your knowledge, the ferry business is doing decently well. In fact, this time of year is probably one of its high points because of all the visitors coming in. But there is much celebration and adoration of Faye. Also, a lot of congratulations of Daniel, who finished in second. And Wiggin comes up to you, Nas.
Oh, that was very helpful of you earlier on. Thank you.
Oh, don't mention it.
You also helped save my grandson, I believe.
One of them, yes.
Thank you very much.
He shakes your hand.
Shake his hand, dusting off a bit before I grab onto his hand, but I'll shake it.
Okay.
By the way, the scumble's amazing.
Ooh. If you want a bottle on discount,
I'll
given
be
all
there.
you've done, stop by.
Will do.
All right, you guys can
think
revel in the end of this
Brightwing's-
race as long as you wish. Yes,
By
Brightwing.
Eclipse, being like, looking at the coupon and being like, you just exchanged this coupon for food?
So there's money, right? Which you don't do. This is kind of a better than money.
This
sometimes.
is trade.
Yes.
This makes
You
more
give,
sense.
you will get this.
I can't get anything else but what's on it.
Yes.
Alright. I need nuts though.
Okay. Wait, do I have random stuff? No. Okay. What kind? What are we going
Yeah,
for?
Brightwing, what kind?
I'm sure we could find some. It's a festival, so like. But these look really good. And she like looks at the coupon, kind of excited.
I believe any kind of nut will do. Well, pecans probably.
Okay.
At this point, Eclipse, you suddenly notice a squirrel run up Brightwing's staff, and Brightwing
my
and
staff.
Eclipse.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's true. Clayson brought it back to you, waving
Okay.
it around as if using it as a spear. He doesn't really seem to understand the difference.
No. Oh no.
I killed a dragon. Here.
Very good.
And
I'll-
then you both notice a squirrel run
I'm
up the
gonna-
staff.
Can I give him the coupon for the truffle fries for holding onto the staff the whole
Sure.
time? Yes.
Yep.
I do that.
He
Yes,
takes
the
it.
truffle fries.
I love the truffle fries. They were my third favorite thing here.
He goes
Well, they're
running
all
off.
yours. Yeah.
Is Daisy with him?
No, she's over congratulating Daniel, which is
Okay.
not far away.
Could I find like a little group of kids or something and start just doing like some coin tricks with the silver coins that I won and like, you know,
Mm.
pull one out from behind their ear or
Mhm.
like just like kind of trickle it between my fingers or something and I'll give them the coins as I do that.
Okay, hell yes. Roll a sleight of hand check with advantage. Because they're kids. And also
That's
this is
Act.
cacked.
Cack.
Yeah.
Cacked and nuts.
17.
17? Okay, yeah. All of the kids and even a few adults who are standing around are fully entranced by this display. You give them all away?
Yeah.
Okay. You see a few of them run off to their parents, like holding it all excitedly. A couple of them go off in a group together, maybe to get up to some mischief you're not quite sure about. Brightwing and Eclipse, you see this squirrel run up Brightwing's staff, and both of you hear up at you, Brightwing. You do not understand a thing he is saying
No.
anymore.
Oh heck.
This
Um.
friend of mine helped me find in the race. I
Oh.
promised him nuts though. For his
Okay.
sister.
I mean, it is a festival. I'm sure we could find something.
I will begin ritually casting Speak with Animals so I can reassure
Okay.
the squirrel that we are getting him nuts.
Is there
All right.
a kiosk nearby that's just selling snacks?
Nutshell.
Yes, there are many kiosks nearby selling many kinds of snacks.
Is a single one of them selling anything that Brightwing is asking for?
Yes, you see a particular one that has many, many baskets of varieties of nuts. Some seem to be candied or spiced. Others are just looking like fresh, raw nuts.
I need
All
the
kinds
normal
of nuts.
ones.
Are any
Yeah.
of
Nuts
them
for days.
fermented?
No, not that you can tell.
Okay. I'm gonna get an assorted just bag of raw snacks.
Okay, I'm gonna say 1 copper.
Cool.
Brightwing, do you go with her?
Yeah, I have the squirrel on the staff.
Okay, so you
Alright.
go with her. You're starting to ritually cast Speak with Animals. It takes about 2 minutes to walk over there. She
Yeah.
buys the nuts. And then what do you do,
hold the
Eclipse?
bag- I hold the bag open and
Uh-huh.
just be like, "Are these what you're looking for?"
It jumps. Hold on,
Yeah.
let me roll an acrobatics check.
It's like open palm, just.
Yep, it jumps into the top of the nut bag and just starts
Mhm.
shoveling nuts into its mouth. Gets to the point where there's so many nuts in its cheeks that it's like
Yeah.
top heavy.
Yep.
Skitters down your arm and off out of sight before you even get a chance to finish casting your spell, Brightwing.
All right.
I think that's probably satisfying.
Yeah, I think. Okay. Well, I'm glad that worked. Do I have anything left in the bag, or did it take everything?
Oh yeah. You have tons left in the bag. It
Okay.
probably took like a dozen to
Okay.
15 nuts, and you've still got a few dozen in here for sure.
All right. I'm gonna hand them to Brightwing, and just say, I
It's
think.
it's full-blown trail mix, by the way, like cashews,
Oh my God, get this away
almonds,
from me. Okay.
peanuts.
I know, I'm saying, right?
It's just.
green
I would
candies.
die.
Yep, a few raisins.
But my D&D character can enjoy
no,
that.
it's okay.
I've never been able to.
Let's see. Do you want these for future animal help, or do you want me to hold on to them for you?
Either one. You used your money to purchase, yes?
Yeah, but
But from what you have explained, that means it is yours now, no one else's.
Unless I give them to you, and then it is a gift.
That means I need to give you money for it?
No.
Alright.
Gifts.
This
do
is
not
very
cost money.
confusing.
Yes. So gifts are me giving you this because I want to.
Right.
Trade is you give and I give at the same time.
I understand that.
Yes.
While they're doing this, can I go get my truffle fries?
Yes,
And
you
then
certainly
Give me the
can.
motherfucking
eventually round back to them, like eating slowly, and then as I come up, be like, try
fries.
What is
Try.
fry?
it.
They're very good. Clayson sounded like they were.
Okay, Brightwing, you are transported to some other plane of existence
Yes.
by this crispy, warm, flaky, salty, bit of like Parmesan cheese bite.
These are like
oily
Yard House level
thing.
fries.
Yes,
Yeah.
that packs in more flavor into this tiny strip of yellow than should be humanly or of any other race possible.
What is this magical thing?
It's poison. It's potatoes.
Oh. What we got from ground. We have potatoes at home.
Hmm.
We've never made them like this though.
Offer a bit to Eclipse's.
I happily take them.
Okay. Aedwin, what are you doing?
Incredible question. Yeah, so I mean, I'm off looking for Rakir because there needs to be a conversation had.
Okay. It does not take long to find him. He's sort of leaning up against the side of a building just off the square, kind of paying attention to the festivities as he is wont to do.
I will lean up right next to him and just
You,
people watch as well.
You got back quick.
Right. Look, I'm not going to mince words. The Scarlet Sword's kind of fucked this one up.
It was bigger than you expected, I assume.
Have you ever seen one of these things before or read about
You know,
them?
I don't think I have, actually.
They're supposed to get only around 11 feet tall. This one was 15.
Shit.
Yeah. And it wasn't just one of them either. There were a ton of little children with it as well. It's a fucking nightmare.
Oh, that makes sense. But you got rid of it. All
Yeah.
dead.
Job's done. Got a decent amount of hide off the thing as well. Not exactly sure what I'm going to do with it yet, but I've got it in the back pocket.
How helpful was that band of, or whatever they are?
They're not too fucking shabby. The bard was atrocious, but
Naturally.
exactly. But the rest of them did the jobs fairly well. I'm actually pretty impressed.
Alright. Good to know if I'm around these parts again.
Oh, yeah.
You got a next task?
Well, I mean, these are the ones that fought off those things that we've been trying to figure out, right?
Black buggers.
Yeah, those things. We just haven't been able to catch the damn things, but it seems like they just willy-nilly ran into them in a cave somewhere. I mean, what are the odds of that?
From what I've heard, it was, they hunted him down, so I suppose it
Oh.
was on purpose.
Makes sense. It's been so fringe, is all. And then all of a sudden, an attack on a major city. I mean, it seems like. And then,
Yeah.
on top of that, an oversized Kruthic just randomly shows up in a forest near another major city. I mean, the same one that was attacked. It just. There's a lot of strangeness going on in the world.
Especially given how, peaceful this area generally is. It's rather
Exactly.
out of the
I mean,
norm.
it's very strange.
Not a bad place for us to be around, though, eh?
Yeah, fair enough. Depending on what these people decide to do next, if they're still pursuing these, it might be in the Sword's best interest for somebody to accompany them for more information.
I tell
Just
you,
a
if
thought.
anybody's gonna find anything out, it might be them.
Yep.
You want to give me the hide, and I'll get the message of what you actually had to deal with up to the powers that
Yeah.
be and get your money.
I'll go ahead and hand off the hide to him.
Damn.
From what?
Not a bad
Yeah.
take.
Exactly. It's pretty durable as well. Could probably make some decent leathers out of it.
Alright. Alright, we'll stop back in. Probably take a couple of days to get the adjusted sums, but stop back in and I'll like a gold for you.
Alright, appreciate it. And I will navigate my way back to all of the hubbub and commotion from this race,
Okay.
and likely rendezvous back with the team.
Alright. Sun is just about beginning to set by this point. What do you guys want to do? Where do you want to go for the night? Or do you want to get going other places?
Well, Eclipse, I think that we might have time to sit at a table and explain a few things to Brightwing.
I think it's that time.
What do I
Wait.
need to be explained, please?
Well, so you can know what ruffle your feathers means. Get out of your hair.
Right,
Oh.
this conversation.
I think
And
we
also,
deserve a
What a
call.
lot of your words mean.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
Okay. Nas, are you taking them anywhere in particular? I'm assuming you're probably heading up the finding of a spot.
believe that I would take them to a place that was having specials few days ago.
Okay, Golden Rise Inn.
So I will take them to the Golden Rise this time.
Yeah.
All right. Nas leads the group of you to the southeast end of the city, and you come to a very beautiful, kind of stands out amidst the generally farmy, sort of like medieval England architecture. This looks rather elvish. A lot of like light-colored woods, very airy and expansive design, and very like moodily lit, especially in the sunset light. It is quite beautiful. And at least one of you, I remember, stayed here. It might have been actually multiple of you. You know that all the bedrooms in this inn face east. And I can't remember which ones of you woke up here with that, but someone did for sure.
I think it was me.
Okay.
Seraph and Vana
Because
did
I remember
for sure.
that. Yeah.
Ah, Seraph and Vana did for sure. Okay, so you make your way in there, and you are greeted, yes, by a half-elf male in his late 30s. Very handsome, blonde, kind of long, messy hair that's tied up into a high ponytail with a sort of short, groomed beard. But, very notably, missing his left arm below the elbow, which is replaced by a metal and wood contraption with a claw-like apparatus that he seems to wield very deftly, holding a mug and wiping with the cloths as proprietors of inns and taverns do. And as you enter, hello. You looking for dinner, rooms? Bit of both?
I think just some food if everyone's hungry, some drinks.
Of course. He takes you to a table, sits you down.
And
I think Bradley's just staring at the arm.
The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take out a muddied map that is hand-drawn, and I'm gonna flip it over to the back, and pull out a piece of charcoal and just start writing sayings down.
Yes.
Okay.
With information as to what they mean in more common terms.
Okay. Brightwing, as he sits you down and you sort of stare as you sit, he seems to take notice and kind of flips a little switch on the wrist and then spins his hand, and the hand portion, which seems to be set into like some kind of rotating bearings of some kind that are in the wrist portion, just starts 360ing with the cup held in it, twirling around without the rest of his like forearm moving at all.
I've
Nifty
never
tricks, eh?
never seen magic like that before.
Oh, appreciate the compliment. Had it for a while. Works pretty well.
Wow.
I'm Aaron, by the way.
Oh, I'm Brightwing.
Nice to meet you. Can I get you anything? All of you.
Ale.
Yeah,
Take some-
ale would be nice.
Yeah.
Cucumber scumble if you have it.
Ooh.
That we do. Brightwing.
I think she's still just looking at the wrist.
Brightwing orders nothing, just staring.
Can
And,
we get her a water? Just
Of
something
course.
for her.
No problem. He walks off. Comes back with drinks a bit later.
Alright.
Nas, you're writing things on a piece of paper.
Yeah, and she's gonna see things like don't count your chickens before they hatch, barking up the wrong tree,
The carpet horse.
True.
a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. Like,
Oh, very
there's
confusing
just a
one.
bunch of these.
Oh
like,
yeah, let's go.
I think you see she takes out her own journal, and when she opens up, all of you see writings in a language you don't know, and minor sketches of things that you could probably see that she's never seen, herbs and stuff that is pushed into the pages and different flowers as well. And you see that it's very smallly filled out. Only like a good, probably like half of a quarter is filled out. It's just a recent start. And she starts writing that in her own language as she tries to translate it back.
And the goal of all of it is it's a little bit quicker to say, but they're always applicable as well.
Why is it quicker to say something that is not what you mean?
Intention, and just insight
Style.
into what it is.
Then
For
wouldn't it just be better to say, I need to make sure something is accounted for before I start something else? Like the chicken one you say?
Well, see,
Well-
the fun thing is that it gives normal common a bit more flavor, right? Because saying what you're saying is perfectly fine, but it's boring as shit, and no one's really going to listen to if you sound boring, right? So, you give the language a little bit of zest, and then it makes it more interesting.
Have you
You have
ever
too many words.
chased after a goose?
There it is. Go.
Never chased. Talked to one, yes.
This is probably not the best question.
Have you seen one run away from another thing? Have you seen
A
anything?
predator
tasteless?
versus prey, you mean?
Yes.
Knowing how long it takes for them to try to catch
Actually
it, and then at some points you never do. They get away, right?
If they're clever and faster enough in the wilds, will they? Yes.
So
Yes.
where we would say go on a wild goose chase in regular terms would be why do something when you're not actually going to get to the outcome that you hope to get to? See how much different that is?
One takes a lot longer and more steps, and the other is just an example of what happens in the wild.
Oh. Okay, okay. I am starting to get it, but I don't know if your things apply to how I grew up.
Sometimes that happens. Most of them are regional, if you will.
Region.
If you went to a yeah. If you went to a fancy place, you wouldn't really hear most people say things like this.
What is fancy place?
So you know money. We've talked about money. There are some people that really like having a lot of that and think it makes them very special.
It's very heavy. Why would someone
It
carry
is. It is very heavy. And you can tell because it weighs them down.
I will note that the general clientele of the room around you seems to be largely in that class. And you might get a side glance or two, depending on how loud you're talking.
Oh, she gets a side glance from fucking Aedwin. It's just
Okay.
like,
Yeah.
all right.
But after all, you can never take it with a grain of salt, or just be sure to take it with a grain of salt.
Which means
I will stay up studying these phrases.
Well,
so I
that's
can use
exactly the
them.
opposite of what taking it with a grain of salt
yeah,
means.
that's the opposite.
Is that another phrase?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Oh.
Boy, this is gonna be fun.
It means to take what is said and not believe all of it.
Oh. Alright.
Eclipse.
Yep.
As you finish saying that, there is a small billow of smoke on the table in front of you,
Oh.
and when it fades away, there is a letter there with your family seal.
Ah, shit. Okay. I'm gonna read it.
Okay. It is from your father.
Mm-hmm.
He says that he did some quick research with the added information that you provided in your last letter, and found very, very little, basically nothing,
Shit.
on these creatures outside. Really, not even anything close to them, let alone exactly them. Nothing on exactly them. And what few reports there are of things mildly close seem like not very confident or reliable necessarily. And he kind of lays out some of the stuff, but it's very vague. And at the end, he says, if you could capture one, the consortium and likely even some higher powers in Kathos would want to identify the creatures and the reasons for their appearance. Please let him know if that's something you think could be doable.
Okay.
They didn't leave a corpse, right? They just kind of like, or did they leave a corpse when we killed them?
I want to say they poofed.
Yeah, I feel like
They kind of dissolved a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Although you didn't stick around too long to watch necessarily, so you don't know how far.
Yeah.
But they seemed very their apparent affinity with decay and death in nature did seem to potentially affect their own forms.
Right. Okay. Then yeah, I'm just gonna write back. Oh shit, how many do I have? Okay, I have enough. Then yeah, I'm gonna pull out my own little paper that's got about half of it left because I've been tearing off the little bits. I'm just going to scribble out. There aren't any more nearby, but I will try to catch one if I can. Because of the, and then explain because of the decay, it makes them harder to hold on to after they've passed as well. So,
Okay.
I'll just send that his way.
Okay.
Is Faye here currently?
Nope.
It should be. Everyone was
Wait,
invited.
where are you?
If you want to be.
I would have seen you guys kind of because at the time that you had all reconvened, I was still playing with the coins and the kids, so I would have seen like tracked you leaving, but not left what I was doing, and then probably followed you in and seeing what you're doing with all of the stuff writing out and like the banter going back and forth and still feeling a bit removed from that. I probably would have been in eyesight, but probably up at the bar. Ordered a glass of wine and then taken out a quill and some paper and begun to write a letter.
Okay.
I'm gonna clock that and wait until she's clearly done.
Okay. How long are you writing for, Faye?
I mean, it would just be like a page, just a full page, and then I would include the piece of the egg that I found. I would probably wrap that in a little bit of cloth and include that in the package, and then inquire with the bartender if there is anywhere that I could post.
Okay. Sure, yeah, there's you can leave it with the post here and someone will take it on a horse.
Okay. How much would the fee on that be?
Depends on how far it's going.
It's a great question.
Where are you sending it to?
Home.
Okay.
Ilnara.
Okay.
I know it's a ways.
It's a bit. Well, you'll have to ask, but I can't imagine it'd be more than a few silver.
Alright. Just let me know. Cost
All
isn't
right.
really an object for this.
Okay. He refills your wine if you finished it while writing.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's what I figured. And Age, when you see her finish.
Right. So before that, I would definitely kind of look to Eclipse as the letters are just magically appearing and disappearing at the table with no
Yes.
explanation.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's all that about?
Well, I said I was in your own business.
I see. I see.
My family, I guess, since we'll start getting rid of the mystery, I guess. My family runs the Lyceum Consortium. And they are very
roll a history
knowledgeable
check,
things.
Can I also roll one?
You
Would I have-
may.
18.
15.
Okay. Faye?
Would I have overheard her say that?
What's your passive perception?
12.
No.
It would
Yeah.
not
would
have
not.
been very loud.
No.
No. The Aedwin and Nas, you are both familiar with the Lyceum Consortium. It is one of the largest and most renowned collections of history, knowledge, lore, and secrets about Kathos and Aanthara as a whole, and it's contained within the Arathis Academy in the city of Olea, which is in southwest Kathos. And it's someone rolled an 18, right? You would know. For one thing, you've probably been through this city, but also you just know people in important positions, generally speaking. You would know, actually, that it is managed by a family of Pantherkin Tabaxi, organized and maintained by this family.
You know, in hindsight, that actually makes more sense. It's not common to see Pantherkin, at least this far north, and the fact that you're here, connection should have been made. Yeah, I've gotten leads from the consortium in the past before. I'm very familiar with their work and what they do. That's pretty impressive, honestly.
Are they important?
We just really like to know things. And we like to help other people know things.
Oh.
Aedwin and Nas, you would know that they are often called upon to answer difficult questions, seek new knowledge and discoveries, solve complex problems, and advise on major decisions by very, very important people. So, generally speaking, yes, they are important.
How much do you know?
Well, it's not really me. I just make sure nothing bad happens to them. But I was sent to find out about the things that we found, those little creatures that attacked the town. I was supposed to find out what was going on with the decay mostly. Wasn't expecting to find something like that causing it. But my father wants us to catch one, which I have informed him is quite difficult to do given the circumstances. But I've told him all I can about what they were, so hopefully more people can know how to deal with them, because that seemed like a first experience.
I did not like them at all.
No.
Alright.
I
Hold
would
that
prefer they
thought.
don't cause a problem.
And I will get up and start walking towards the bard.
Okay.
Why
Can
do
I
we go
retcon?
to
I gave you the wrong city name. It wasn't Ilmara, it would have been the other one.
Okay. Restalios.
Yes.
Okay.
I whisper to Yasnip when he goes away. Do we hold the thought? Or is that another one expression?
It means he wants to be part of the conversation when he gets back.
Oh,
So, in tune with that. Eclipse, I also have a question for you if you don't mind. But
Of course.
I'll let them do their thing first.
Okay. Aedwin.
Alright, bard. Decent work out there.
It's not my best.
I hear that. Take a quick swig. Just so that I know where to avoid, where are you off to next?
I was hoping to ride their coattails for a little bit if they'd have me. I'm doing some research and it's quickly discovering how dangerous it is as a woman traveling alone.
Ironic, as I was thinking about tagging along as well. This is going to be weird.
Bruce?
Temporary.
Cheers. Yeah.
Cheers, yeah. And then I'll just kind of walk on back to the table.
Faye, do you stay?
No, I would mosey back.
Okay.
I would
So-
if it seems like they're not like super leaned in again, if they've kind of relaxed a little bit and kind of opened that conversation up, I would attempt to join then.
As you
Yeah.
join in, Brighton's gonna go, "Oh, Batife."
Well, Wati right wing. What does that mean?
Hello in your language.
Hello in your language. Wonderful.
So while he got away,
Is it literally hello in your language?
I think it's just hello.
Okay.
I would take a small corner of that map and rip it off and quickly sketch a symbol which looks like a flame with little nodules that are kind of floating around it in different directions. And I would fold the paper and slide it over to Eclipse. This symbol has come up for me a couple of times. I'm okay with you and Brightwing knowing, but I don't know what it is. If you did know, I would be appreciative.
If I didn't know, do you want me to ask?
It's a good question. Let me think on that one.
Okay, then I will hold on to this. I am gonna look at it.
Okay.
I'm gonna willingly take disadvantage because, as I've stated before, she has not studied anything. She just
I would've-
protects it.
I would have
So-
given it to you anyways.
Yep.
Roll a history check with disadvantage.
Amazing, thank you.
Mhm.
Eclipse didn't do any history at all in school.
No, and that's the fun part. We made her so important she doesn't know shit.
The
It's an
kid
8.
that just got like all A's in PE.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, like, she's not stupid,
No.
but she definitely didn't study anything. 8 total.
8. You have seen a lot of symbols of many various factions.
Minius.
Yeah, minius. People who have symbols, crests. They are so jumbled up in your mind. This one does not ring any particular bells.
Yeah, I've probably seen it before, but honestly, I can't remember right now.
I guess if
But
there
if
is
you
an
feel-
opportunity, I would like to know more about it.
Okay. I
It's
can
not too much to
definitely. I think I should be able to draw it and send it with a small question.
Yes,
As
it's
what
pretty
it is.
simple.
But I'll
In
save it
fact-
for later.
I will tell you exactly what it looks like by DMing.
Ooh.
Ooh. Okay.
And you tuck it away for now?
Yes. As soon as I see
Okay.
them coming back to the table, I, respect the
All right.
discretion.
The rest of you, in some surprise, see Aedwin bring Faye back to the table after the way things have gone between them the first few hours of your interaction.
Acquaintance.
So, all things considered, these strange creatures that the consortium has you hunting down, the Scarlet Swords have been trying to figure it out as well. But until recently, the incidents surrounding these creatures have been too fringe. It's been hard to pinpoint the locations, as well as any other identifiable traits, and most of us haven't really physically encountered these things. But you all have, And it appears that at least one of you intends to continue to seek these out. So, if you wouldn't mind, I would like to join you on this for the sake of getting the swords representation and getting them intel to help combat as well in tandem with the consortium.
Well, as they taught me, 5 heads are better than 1.
Yes.
Hooray.
I'm gonna reach over the table and give her a head pat. That's so I'm gonna
perfect.
handle that.
I love it here.
So Eclipse would know that they're like a respectable enough faction, right? They're not just like
The swords? The Scarlet
Yeah.
Swords?
yeah.
Do you remember what you rolled on a history check on them? It was pretty good. It was like a 17
It was
or
high.
something,
Yeah,
I think.
it was like a 16 or 17. It was
Okay.
pretty high for her.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Well, this one you did not have disadvantage on because they're much more up your alley.
That's true.
They're relatively neutral in your experience. Most of what they do is monster hunting, which isn't particularly one way or the other, ethically speaking. You do know that, like, if some certain politicians want some certain things done that maybe some other people might not agree with, there's a chance the Scarlet Swords might do it for them for the right price. That's probably as questionable as things would get with them, but generally speaking, they're a relatively neutral mercenary organization.
I'll say this. If this ends up being bigger than any of us, which honestly, from what I can tell, it is. This does not happen for profit. This happens for knowledge.
That I can 100% agree with.
As long as things are not getting used for the wrong reasons.
Right. I'll be sure that's properly established if it hasn't been already.
Hey, are you also looking to join us?
My time on the road alone has been a very humbling experience for me. I am, as I told you, genuinely seeking a story. And I think you all have one. And I think it's beautiful so far from what I've seen. I have a bit of personal research on the side that I'm trying to accomplish as well. But I've not made it very far on my own. And I have been hesitant to go far outside of the main cities to seek into towns like this. But if I would be welcome to travel with you, I would feel more comfortable pursuing some of that research, as well as helping out wherever I can, if nothing else but to give you something interesting to listen to along the road.
Well, I think a lot of this goes with the protection of knowledge that Eclipse has. But, we are looking to assist with the area from a certain matron. We were given information about some saplings that would be able to potentially help with some of the decay in the area. It was north towards Sawfell.
All right, yeah.
That was our next destination, I believe, if things haven't changed.
I'm genuinely, and you can add this to your list, along for the ride.
Oh,
Eowyn, everything that you're seeking, if you want easy answers, and I'll raise the glass, just take a step through the waterfall.
Unfortunately, I'm not one to chase waterfalls.
I'm gonna clink my glass with Yasna's. In the most like inside joke, yeah.
I would much rather stick with the rivers and lakes that I'm more used to.
Facts.
But
Who's the bard? I'm sorry. What's happening?
Hey, I've got 18 charisma. I know what I'm doing.
All right.
Yeah.
Alright.
Franklin says.
I think this may work.
Yeah, I think it will.
And that is where we will take our break.
Bye.
Let's say 6 minutes and 65 seconds, which, for those of you counting at home, is 7 minutes and 5 seconds.
Matt, it's the general purpose nightmare.
Classic.
Yeah, we're stuck.
It seems that there should be
Although-
more than 999 area codes,
Hmm.
but apparently there really is not.
Yeah.
It appears to be an area code in Chaguanas, which is in Trinidad.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Clearly.
Sure, let's go with that.
All right.
Wonderful.
Adding that to my cities locations in Aanthara now.
Right.
All right. 6 minutes and 65 seconds.
Go.
And then we'll be back. And we're back. So, the now formed and apparently going to continue 5 of you are hanging out in the Golden Rise Inn. Drinks, no food yet. It is pretty much almost dinner time. I don't know if you guys want to get any food, but what would you like to do as the night begins to draw?
As winner of the potato relay, I feel like it's my obligation to purchase a meal. If you would indulge me.
Yeah, I could indulge that.
Very well.
I'll kind of wave over if there's a server.
Mhm.
That...
Faye, are you the kind of person who like, particularly goes out of their way to try the unique things of the town, or more the person who looks for the things they know and are comfortable?
Nope, new. Always the new. Always like I want the like demographic specific version
Yep.
of your dish. Yep.
Okay, so you would have probably already had on one of your first nights here Proward pie, which is kind of the go-to dinner dish here, which is like basically a vegetarian pot pie, but it's baked in the upside down cap of a large bread-crusted black mushroom.
Ooh. God, it sounds so good. Yeah.
That is by far the most popular dish in the city, especially among tourists.
5 proud pies. That's hard
Yes.
to say. Yes.
I think 3 days in a row is appropriate.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
when they
can agree with that.
when they named our city and made pie the main dish, they didn't pick the letters very well because it is hard to say. Everybody gets it wrong. No worries.
Valid.
Excuse me.
Yes,
Do you have fruit?
certainly. Yes. Any particular fruit?
No, just any local stuff. That'd be great.
Like a salad of fruit, perhaps?
Sure.
Of course. Absolutely. They go
Sounds
off.
very yummy.
Yep.
Oh my god!
Yes!
Yep.
Yes! I wasn't
Damn
gonna
it.
say it. I wasn't
Damn
gonna say
it!
Oh, I was waiting.
it.
Alright. They go off to gather some Proward pies and fruit salad, come back
There it
about a few minutes later with all of the above. Anything else you guys want to do tonight besides eat?
Yaznip would probably, at the end of the night, return home.
Okay. Alone?
Yes.
Okay. Anybody else have anything else particular?
Probably gonna do the usual evening workout routine, and then soon after, probably just chill out in bed and wait to fall asleep.
Okay. I would say you probably have a room here already.
Yeah.
Faye, you probably do as well, actually. I'd imagine you would have stayed here.
Yeah, I think we said this is like this would be probably like my 3rd night in town.
Yeah.
2nd or 3rd.
Brightwing and Eclipse. As the night begins to draw to close, everyone seems to have a place to stay. What do you two want to do?
I think wherever they said we could stay, because they gave us like lodgings while we were here.
Yes, they. I believe the mayor told you that anywhere you wanted to stay would be covered or
Okay.
comped.
Brightwing, I'm gonna go check on Crater again. Did you want to come with? Say hi.
Feel like I need to talk to the Wiles for a bit.
Okay. If you want to go say hi to him on your own too, I don't think he would mind that. He seemed to know you pretty well. So.
Alright.
Ooh. Balls. Probably should have mentioned, the swords are going to be sending payment within the next 2 days, so probably going to need to get a little comfy until they arrive with the whole of the loot. Sorry about that.
Got it. Well, this is more data. have fun. Great. Alright, then yeah, she's gonna go check on Eclipse.
Okay.
Or check on
Crater.
Crater and then Crater and then come back and go to sleep.
Okay. So you're all gonna stay in the Golden Rise Inn except for Yasnet.
Yes.
Okay. All right. You make your way back to the stables. It's late enough that Dixie's not out amongst, like in the stables, but you see a light on in the sort of attached house. You also,
Is he
it's
wandering
up to you
around?
whether or not he's not wandering around. He's in a stall.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna go say hi to him.
Okay. He, as you approach, kind of gets up from his laying in a horse way and puts his neck out over the whatever the opening little doors of a stable are.
Yeah.
Door?
Door.
Give him
Literally
give him
doors.
some-
It's
yeah.
a door.
That thing.
Yeah.
That thing.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
I give him some pats. I give him some scritches. Give him some
Okay.
snacks that I have on hand all the time.
Some nuts. You have many nuts.
I mean, do horses?
I don't know what Crater
don't-
would or wouldn't like, to be honest.
I know it's like sugar cubes and apples, but I never know if it's like.
My
You
horse
can
is like
certainly
peanut
have some
butter.
apples on you.
Okay. Then yeah, I'm gonna give him an apple that I'd have picked up on the way.
Oh, yeah.
Spoiled goodest boy.
An apple with some peanuts that could be chomped into a peanut butter sort of taste might be pretty good, TBH.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
I
do
would be
that.
down for that.
Do
All right,
that.
he seems to enjoy it.
Cool. Then yeah, I'm just say, all right, buddy. We'll be heading out in a bit, so shouldn't be too much longer.
Okay.
Sure, he's living his best life, and then I woke up.
He does seem to be living his best life. Generally,
Yes.
he's just seems a little bit more like at peace than perhaps normally.
Perfect. I'm happy to see it.
Brightwing, what are you doing?
I think Bradley's just gonna walk around town at night,
Okay.
find a spot that she feels pretty comfortable in, and then sit and start to meditate. And then when she feels that there's sort of a calmness around her, she'll say, "I'm sorry, I have not spoken with you in a while. I suppose I wanted advice. I have noticed you've not sent many birds my way these past few weeks. Is it because you don't think I need them anymore? That I have found kinship in different things."
Roll a wisdom check.
Natural 18 plus 5.
Okay. You sit for a while before saying this prayer, and it's a pretty cool night. But there's kind of this light, warm breeze as you meditate and try to just sink into nature a little bit. And when you finish praying, you kind of sit in silence for 30 seconds, a minute, listening, feeling like you do. And there's a stronger gust of wind. It feels maybe a little bit warmer and directioned and strong enough that you take notice of it, and it kind of ruffles upwards through your feathers and your hair, like towards the sky.
I see. trust you. So I will continue to follow where you lead.
There's another 15, 20 seconds that go by, and then another. And this breeze, you feel it like wave up your arm, almost twisting, and then up towards the sky.
Alright. Should we go north?
Hmm. The breeze picks up. Same sort of feel, but even stronger. And as it kind of flows up the front of your body, it almost lifts your chin a little bit. It's strong enough. And you glance up, and the night sky is pretty cloudy. It did rain a few days ago, and the clouds are mostly dark and thick. And where there are patches of stars and moonlight coming through, it's very starry night sky. It's quite beautiful. But as the breeze blows up, your eyes get drawn to this particularly large patch of dark cloud. And then as you watch, it seems to move and swirl and dissipate very slightly. Not enough that people who weren't paying attention would even notice, but just a little bit. And you see 5 little pinpricks of starlight peek through.
Alright. Thank you. I will try. And ends her prayer. Probably stares at those 5 stars for a little while. And then, I guess, goes to the inn that she originally was. When they came into town first.
Okay.
Which I don't remember what that was.
I believe that you and Yasnip did not stay at the Golden Rise. You stayed at the Tilled Moon Tavern and Inn.
Okay.
So you're going to a different inn from everybody else. Or from the other 3.
Yeah.
Okay. With no money. Or at least, do you have any money? Okay. Roll just roll a charisma check, just to see. Okay. So you make your way back to the Tilled Moon Tavern and Inn. And Barb, the dwarf woman that you met previously, you sort of walk in and then just stand by the front. What is the thing called that the host stands at? I feel like it has a name. That little, like, podium thing, I guess? You sort of just stand there.
Stand?
Yeah, sure. Being Brightwing, not really knowing what to do, waiting and looking around, and eventually Barb notices you, comes over. Do you need some rooms?
Yes, they said I had a room here.
Sure you do. You and any of your friends are welcome.
Alright, thank you very much. Do I, just go?
She fiddles, grabs a key, gives it to you. The number on the key will match the number on the door.
Alright. Good night then.
Good night to you.
And I'll go and sleep.
Okay.
I guess.
The other three of you who are staying at the Golden Rise head up to bed as well, I assume, separately. Okay.
I would have, before slipping off, after going to my room and before slipping off, I would have pulled out a very well sketched piece of paper and pulled out a bit of charcoal and just gone over the same sketches that I had made. And the whole page, if anyone was looking over my shoulder, would just be covered with eyes.
Okay.
And just going through that and going through that and going through that and again until I finally get tired enough to drift off.
Okay. Yasnit. You go
Yeah.
home?
I go home.
Okay. Spend the night there?
No.
Okay.
I would go home and just essentially have a short discussion, filling them in that we're planning to head north after a few days. But I need to stay more with the group, give hugs, eventually return to the Tilted Moon Tavern.
Okay. Blazin is very adamant that you stay and spends most of the time you're there trying to show you all the cool things he's learned to do with his spear, most of which are not actually going to be combat effective in any way, and very much not reading the room on the talking and trying to have adult conversation.
I'll stay.
Okay. Do you go sleep in your room?
Yeah, and if Clayson wants to join, he can have the floor.
Okay, he would. And he sleeps with his spear. All right. All of you have restful night sleeps, get long rests, and wake up in a pretty clouded, overcast morning. What would you all like to do?
I gotta pick my spells, so someone do something else.
I'll go first. I want to look for some books. If there's a bookseller in town.
There is a bookseller in town. The Amber Quill. Are you looking for something in particular?
I am looking for hopefully something that costs at least 25 gold.
Okay.
And if it can pertain to jewelry.
Okay. All right. Yeah. You meet a red-haired young halfling girl. The halfling girl that the halfling boy in the race was trying to impress. Who says her name is Georgina or Gina. And she goes and checks through her stock, finds a book on jewelry, using jeweler's kits, different kinds of jewels. It's a whole book on jewels.
Yeah. How much is this?
Probably about 15 gold.
I think that'll do. And I will put 5 gold and 1 platinum up.
Okay. She kind of eyes the platinum, you notice, with a bit of a raised eyebrow. Probably doesn't come through here that often. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Take that.
Okay.
And then
Anybody
try
else
to
got
find
anything in
everyone
particular?
else.
Yeah, I would guess that the assumed meeting spot would be the Golden Rise Inn, since that's where you all left off. But it's up to you guys. You can search around town and all over the place and not find each other if you want.
Yeah.
Or
Um,
Uh,
if the Golden Rise is someplace where like people of better like financial standing perhaps tend to frequent, I would
Yes.
go and kind of listen in and um maybe play a little something just to loosen the mood up a little bit, and then start um making some inquiries about whether or not any known retired courtesans reside in the area.
Hmm. Okay. Roll a perception check.
Nine.
9.
9.
Okay. You do not. You catch many random bits of conversation. None of them pertain to or address anything in particular that you are interested in regarding courtesans or otherwise. You do hear a good bit of talk about the Chancellor of Kathos, who you know heads the Parliament, and some disquiet that appears to be growing among various political factions about some of his recent decisions. And a lot of talk about the attack on Proward and the group of. They're described in all kinds of different ways. Some people seem to think of them as warriors, some seem to think of them as like magical beings. It's already expanding into folklore, but the salvation of the city that they, or the city's kids at least, that they participated in. Most of the stories that you hear. And roll a performance check since you play a little music.
Nineteen.
17?
19.
19. You get 3 silver and 7 copper from a bunch of people who you can tell by the way they're dressed that they could probably give a lot more without even blinking, but they don't. But they still give you something. And roll an insight check.
Uh, 13 plus 16. 16.
Wow. You get the sense that most of these people are just doing this to look good to other rich people around them and not because they really appreciate it at all.
I know.
Okay.
I'll still take their money.
Yep. And it's something you're pretty used to. All right, the rest of you over the course of the morning, I would assume, filter into the Golden Rise Inn.
yeah.
Okay.
After. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go.
After my usual morning routine, I will have come downstairs, gauge the lay of the land, probably getting something to eat, but kind of keeping an eye on the people here,
Mm-hmm.
but also on Faye, because I've seen them do this before. So I want to just try and see if I can get a little bit of a better read on this.
Okay, roll an insight check.
What is my insight? It is bad. 10.
Okay. Faye, with a 10, what, if anything, does Edwin notice about your morning activities? And their intent?
That I mean, not much
Could
of
be.
the intent. It's a hard to read one.
Okay.
I'd say more just like you might think she's just being social and being friendly.
Okay.
I don't think you would read into anything behind it.
All right. Seems very fair. Okay. Age, when you said that you wanted, or that you communicated to the group to wait for the gold, yes?
Yep.
Okay. So then let's do this. Over the course of the next 2 days, is there anything that anybody wants to specifically do beyond the standards of checking in on Crater, maybe walking around the festival, eating good food,
I want to find a
etc.?
dagger.
Okay. You have no trouble finding a dagger.
Oh. Actually, incidentally,
And hold on.
on that topic, I will actually approach Yasnep.
Okay.
So
I
you're
will
gathering.
s- Go
sorry.
ahead. No, go.
So you're gathering a few of those Kruthic teeth. Is there anything you're holding on to those for?
Perhaps.
Just saying, see you shopping around for weapons. I'll be able to fashion you a decent one out of those, depending on how you decide to use them.
Aren't they itty bitties? Like 2 inches?
Roughly, they're a little bit on the thinner side, but you have a mass of them. That's the key point, right? So while one individual one isn't going to make you a weapon of any renown, multiple of them used in specific ways could grant you something a bit more usable, right? Just something to consider.
I'll keep it in mind. Thank you.
You got it.
But I do
You
want to
are
find a
muted,
dagger.
man. Yeah.
No problem finding a dagger,
Oh.
Yasnip. I'd say a gold, 5 silver.
Okay. And I know I would also go to Wiggins, give
Yep.
him the empty bottle of peach scumble that we had finished.
Okay.
So he has that, and then I would try to get another bottle of peach.
Okay. No problem doing that. I'd say he gives it to you for 5 silver, which you know to be a great discount.
Got it. That's about what.
All right. Anybody else want to do anything specific over these 2 days? Yes, Brightwing.
I think Brightwing's gonna tinker with her herbalist kit and try to make some fun stuff while we are waiting around.
Okay. Anything in particular that you're trying to make?
I think I want to make something to help with curing a point of exhaustion.
Ooh.
So on incense or a candle or something.
Okay.
I say I probably only have time for 2 things because I'm doing
Depending
stuff
on
for
how well you
artists.
roll.
Okay.
Let's roll for this one. If that's the
Okay.
first thing you want to try.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do I add to this?
You're gonna add your. What's your wisdom modifier and what's your intelligence modifier?
My wisdom is 5. My intelligence is 0.
Okay, I'm gonna say you're gonna add 2,
Okay.
and your proficiency bonus because you're proficient in the herbalist kit, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So.
Okay. 16 to 18, 21. No.
21.
20, dirty 20.
Okay. I will say that it is very likely that throughout these couple days you probably stop in with Mother Mia for maybe a little bit of help on this, and get the recipe for something that will cure a point of exhaustion if you can find the ingredients for it.
Okay.
So you don't have one yet. You don't have the ingredients for it, but if you can find or purchase the ingredients, you would be able to potentially make some sort of thing to cure exhaustion, point of exhaustion. So you can write all that down somewhere if you want.
Write all that down somewhere. I
Okay.
have a recipe. But
And with a 21, I would say, would you want to get started on something else?
Yeah, I can get started. Looking at we're going to a forest?
Yes, the Everfall Forest. That's correct.
Could I make something that helps like someone see better for a bit. Like their perception is better or their investigation is better since we're looking for stuff
Hmm.
for a short amount of time.
Okay, roll another check with a +2 and a +2 for your proficiency, so +4.
Okay. Only a 14.
Okay. This seems like it's going to be a little more difficult. The main issue is how you're going to get it into the eyes.
Yeah.
Even if you figured out something to take orally or like inhale, you're not sure how
Little
you can
drops.
translate that into like, yeah, maybe it could be drops. So you're starting to get the concepts on that maybe, but it's going to take a little more work to figure it out.
Okay.
Okay. Anybody else?
Actually, yes. Probably at the tail end of the downtime, I would want to actually approach Brightwing when I have the opportunity.
Okay.
Obati?
Hello. I was just curious, and yeah, your magic. It seems or feels at least a little bit similar to some of the things that I can do, at least like from the healing and the whatever. Where exactly does yours come from?
Oh. Well, it is not my ability naturally, if that's what you mean, correct?
Right, you draw it from another source.
Yes. I am blessed from the wilds to give me such powers.
Right, so what that let's hone in on that. What exactly is this amorphous concept that we are calling the wilds?
Looks at you like bewildered. how you cannot know this? Well, the wilds is I guess you could say what drives nature, the forces behind it, the reason why life and death exist, the reason why light and dark are there.
Alright.
My people are very old, and we have followed the ways of the wilds for many centuries, and devoted to protecting it.
Just wanted to kind of pick your brain a little bit on that. It's just that
Do you pick brain for more
Oh,
curiosity or?
shit. Yes. That's just more so to gain information on.
Yes.
It's just that it at least feels to me like our magic comes to us in similar ways. You get yours from a source.
Yes, I suppose. Yeah, well, yes.
Which means that mine may have to also come from a source.
Where do you think it comes from?
I don't know. But just wanted to kind of confirm that, I guess.
Well, I am part of the Makai, not my people. We are the, so to speak, learn to be the teachers and the holders of the way of the wilds to be passed down. If you have any questions, be more
Well,
than happy.
it's not necessarily about the specific nature thing, right? I mean, it's great that you have like the wilds that to sort of back you up and kind of give you what you have. I assume that I may or may not be in a similar state. My magic could be innate. I'm truthfully not entirely sure. It just kind of showed up one day. And I haven't really been able to... That's a bit of a loaded question. Boy. Perhaps a conversation for another day.
Alright.
But I'm just trying to figure out a bit more about what it is that I actually have, is all, I think.
I guess I am trying to figure out as well. In some, not maybe the same way, but trying to figure out why the wilds have chosen a different path than others of my people for me. Maybe you are on a path that you do not see yet.
I'm not really like about the whole fate thing, like this preconceived notion of like your destiny's chosen or anything. I think it's all bullshit. But you're free to believe what you want to believe. I'm not going to sit here and trample on what you've been taught and grown up with.
Well, I think there is a difference. Fate means that something is dictating what you do in your life. I believe that there is free will. That is what nature is. It controls its own path. Maybe you just have a different type of free will than others do.
Right, I'm gonna have to sleep on that. All right. Well, I
I'm
appreciate your
sorry,
insight.
did I?
No. You're perfectly fine. I promise. It's just trying to work some things out. It's all.
Alright.
Well, thank you for the insight, and yeah, that's it. Have a good one.
Alright. What the?
That. And I'll walk away.
Bro. Okay. Anything else from anybody else? All right.
I would go to Eclipse one at some point throughout it.
Okay.
I do have to apologize. Perhaps the rolling off the back when fighting the creature was a little bit too much. I could have just jumped.
I mean, it's... If you have to get over me to get to a destination, it is what it is. Maybe next time I can give you a boost.
Good for trying that.
I'm down to try it. I should be able to. She kind of like has to think about it.
We'll get a tightrope and then we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll find a time.
Yeah. Sounds like a good one. Well, we need to... The other guy, we should also figure that out. Because now we got another one. So...
Well, he seems to take it head on anyway.
Yeah, I guess we'll just work around it.
Okay.
It's...
Makes it so that I can be closer proximity to you while still maneuvering around. May work to the better.
That's true. Although I feel like I'm gonna have to get him out of trouble a lot more than I thought I would.
I feel like we're all going to have to get him out of a lot of trouble.
I really just... I think we should just... It's hard to say. I am also used to having the attention in the fight, just to keep everyone safe. So it's a little different. Having to back off, I guess? It was kind of weird to be told that. I was like, alright, listen.
Well, I mean, Assert your dominance. I'm here for it.
But you know, like he was the expert on it, and like I didn't want to, mess everything up. It could have gone so much worse, like.
Yes, but at the same time, the expert's one of the two that fell.
That's yeah, I'm really fighting with that one. I think we'll just have to team meet, group up, chat. That thing we should have done that we didn't. Yeah, that whole like
Huddle.
hindsight's 2020, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shit, you should write that one down too.
Oh, that's a good one. I'll pull out the paper and write it on the back of it. This thing's just getting filled with a bunch of these at this point. Yeah, we'll figure out a way.
Optometry is now canon.
But yeah, we'll figure that out, I'm sure.
But yeah, there was no harm there. That was, again, if you have to do something, either yell it out and I'll be ready, or just go for it and I'll figure it out.
Understood.
Combat is messy. There's
and
nothing you can do.
Send back to you if you need help, just yell.
Got it.
Alright.
Alright. Cool.
Okay. Eclipse, do you ever count the money from the mayors?
Yes.
That too.
Okay.
Yeah. That also. I keep forgetting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the pouch that he gave you was pretty hefty and seemed quite full. When you count through it, it's got 6 gold, 23 silver, and 127 copper.
Cool. Okay.
Which you gather is from the majority of the town pitching in.
Okay.
And after a couple days, at some point, Aegwin, you are met again, probably on the side of a building, because that's the way he does things, by Rakir, who gives you 224 gold.
Yeah, that tracks. At least they listened.
The,
what did they have to say about the whole screw up with the size and all that?
It's well, they weren't too apologetic, to be honest. Not that they usually are.
Yeah, that tracks.
But well, they seemed gung ho about the whole group of people helping you out with it. So.
Oh, good. All right. Well, that's definitely going to mean that I'll be off the grid for the most part, at least for a little while. I'll see if I can pick up a job here and there, depending on where we end up stopping off. But for the most part,
did you figure out anything to do with the trail on these creatures?
Yeah, we're headed up to Sawfield, actually. We're going to be going to the Everfall Forest, I believe, up north, to find what appears to be some kind of solution to the... I think they called it a blight that they leave behind. Sort of a way to counteract the devastation they leave in their wake. So, if that ends up turning up a lead, I'll be sure to get in contact and let you all know that Everfall's going to have the resources.
They believe these creatures caused that blight. I've seen it around town a bit.
Yeah, that seems to be the overwhelming opinion. They just left it behind them, and anything that grew in that trail just died.
Odd.
Yeah, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Feels... I really don't want to go out and say fiendish, right? That seems like a bit of a jump, but there's definitely something lower planesy about this that I do not jive with.
Alright, well, keep your head on a swivel then.
Yeah.
Good luck. Safe travels.
You as well.
Gives you one of the
Predator handshake.
forearm shakes.
For
Yep.
sure.
Alright, so you got your payment.
Please hold while I do the math. Mr. Digit. You can keep going. I'm going to be here for a
Okay. Well, I think that the group is probably waiting on your gold and then what to do forward from that.
I would find Brightwing and Yasna that day. Like if that's one of
Okay.
the later days where we're getting ready to go, then
Mhm.
I would have 2 bags, knowing there's no point to this, but one of them is going to have a B, one of them's gonna have a Y, and I'm gonna have the money for each of them. And Brightwing, even if I know you don't use money, Brightwing, but this is your share and it is rightfully yours, so you can do with it what you will. So you each would get 2 gold, 8 silver, and 42 copper, if I did the math right.
Yep.
I think
Money.
Brightwing's ready for money, yeah.
Yeah.
I rendezvous with the rest of the group as this is happening.
What was
Yep.
it again?
It's 2 gold, 8 silver, and 42 copper.
Thank you.
Well, good news. Rukia got me the payment. So, it's payday. Woo. Every single one of yous is going to be getting 45 gold out of the deal. Congrats.
Alright. Excellent.
So I hand out 45 gold to each member of the party, and I will take the
Mhm.
44 that is left over.
Faye as well.
Brightwing, if you understood the denominations of this money being given to you, this would be the most money by far you've ever had, but it looks like a lot of shiny pieces of metal, as far as you're concerned.
So it was 45, right?
I will.
Unless you were trained in money during those conversations
I
in
would
the
say
tavern.
through the time frame, we would explain
Okay.
the numbers behind currency.
Okay.
I will kind of playfully and reluctantly kind of dangle in front of Faye. Come on. It's yours.
I'm not gonna beg.
I'm not asking you to beg, I'm just asking you to take the damn thing.
Well, don't do that thing where you just pull it away when I try to grab it.
But that's the... It's the fun of it. I just give it to her.
Okay.
Hey.
Alright.
I have 5 older brothers. You think I'm gonna fall for that?
You have
That is
siblings.
incredibly good to know.
5 older
Four?
brothers, any sisters?
4 or 5? I can't. It's 4 or 5. Megan doesn't remember. 4. It's 4. 4 older brothers. No sisters. And I am 18 years younger than the youngest of them. So I was the butt of all of the jokes.
Gonna flip the
Siblings.
paper out again, write that one down.
True.
So we need to go to Softfeld. Well, Everfall. Were we taking Crater and... Did you say that he'd be able to pull it alone?
I think he might be able to, as long as we don't, weigh him down too much. But we can also see, again, if he's made a friend. Just someone that he can get along with.
And if he's not looking to get tied down to a cart, maybe if you wanted to just ride him solo and see if Dixie has 2 others for us?
I think, yeah,
Guess it depends
go
on
with
what she
that.
has available.
that is true. Yeah. We can
You
give him
head
a
to
chance.
Dixie's.
It's Dix.
Okay. You head to Dixie's. She's out working with the horses again. Oh, you finally packing up?
Yes.
All right. Do you know how you want to travel? Are you all taking individual horses? Did you want a cart?
We have to bring the saplings back. I think a cart would be best.
All right. One that you can all ride in.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you'll need 2 horses. Is your horse gonna pull?
I was actually gonna ask, have you noticed Crater being, I don't want to say friendlier with anybody around with the horses, but just someone he hasn't really butt heads with?
Eclipse, roll a charisma check for Crater
Oh my god.
with
How
a
much of an
minus.
asshole?
Hold
Yeah,
on.
let's go. He's a dick.
It's gonna be a -3.
Oh, buddy.
Buddy, no. Oh, it's 7. He doesn't make
Buddy.
friends.
Oh
Buddy.
no.
That's fine. I planned for this.
Okay. Well, I don't know about friends.
Okay.
The white horse in the stall next to him right there, he seems to not get mad at her, which he kind of does with most of the others. So I guess that's the closest thing.
Okay. Then I think we will, if that's okay, borrow 2 extras and I will handle him myself. That way he doesn't stay here too long.
Of course, I'm incredibly in y'all's debt. I didn't even have to pay for the work you did. It was handled by the sword, so absolutely. I mean, certainly bring them back, of course, when you can. But yeah, I can get you 2 horses and a cart.
That'd be
Alright.
much appreciated. Thank you.
Yes.
May I speak to the horses to know which ones want to come?
I think that's a great idea.
It's a great idea.
As long as they don't belong to anyone already. That would be...
Sure.
I will virtually cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
And I'm
What
gonna
a
go
shock.
find Crater.
She's more comfortable just speaking with animals than y'all.
It's true.
All right.
Here we go with the horses.
Dixie goes to collect a cart and all the stuff needed to tether the horses to the cart and get it pulled.
I'll help with that.
Okay. Right when you go talk to horses.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to find one that seems really eager to help, really eager to go. Doesn't like staying in the stall.
Can we also take the white one with us if that's possible? They weren't
Yeah, and talk
friends,
to the
but
white
at
one
least they're
definitely.
chill.
If Prayers seems chill with that one.
Okay. The white one you go talk to first, because she's right next to Crater.
Hello.
Ah.
We are going on journey. I was
Okay.
wondering if you wanted to come with us for a bit before we return you back here.
I don't know how much what I want is really supposed to matter to these kinds of things, but I'd be, I mean, it's my job, so certainly, if you need it.
Alright.
Is he
So-
coming? And she nods her head towards Crater.
Crater, you are coming with us, yes. But you will not be playing cards.
All right. I assume I'll get to carry Eclipse.
Yes.
All right. I'm coming.
I love Crater so much.
Him.
The white horse kind of looks side-eye, looks back at you.
Is there a friend you would like to travel with? I'm sorry, do you have name that your owner gave?
No.
Oh,
Are you gonna give me a name?
I don't think I should if you don't have one already.
Well, I'm new,
No.
so I guess that's probably why. But most of these horses she calls something or other.
Oh,
I just haven't gotten one yet.
well, maybe we'll find one on the way.
If you are gonna bring another one, and she kind of points her nose across the stall, and you see a full-blown stallion-looking black buff horse.
Yes.
Can I do an
Long
insight
black
check
mane.
Get a girl.
on this
Oh,
on
let's
this
go.
girl horse with this guy horse?
Sure. Roll
Yeah.
an insight check. A horse sight check.
Crater.
Natural 19
Oh god.
plus 7, 26, my friend.
She seems like she has a big old crush on this black
Okay.
horse across the way.
Oh, alright. Let me go ask.
Right.
Go over to the black horse. Is there like a nameplate in front of it?
Yes, it says Antonio.
Antonio. Excuse me, Mr. Antonio, your owner called
Yes,
you?
hello.
Um, I was wondering, we are heading on a journey, and the nice white horse over there wanted company. Would you be willing to accompany us on this journey for a bit?
You require somebody to pull the cart.
Yes, we do.
Of course I can help. I am the strongest horse in the stable, so it only makes sense.
I guess that would. You're very strong.
Thank you.
All right. I will also say that Crater will be coming with us as well, but he will not be pulling the cart.
Who is this crater that you speak of?
The gray horse right here.
He looks over your shoulder.
Ah, fuck.
No. What has my son been doing while I was gone? Bro!
Do I have to be tied to the cart with him, or will it be with the white one?
The white one. Crater will be mounted on with his owner.
I can work with that.
All right. Well, thank you, and I say thank you to the white horse as well.
Okay.
We will get the cart ready.
Eventually, Dixie comes back with the necessary stuff. Did you pick out a couple horses?
Yes, the white one right here and Mr. Antonio over there, please.
She doesn't have a name, so if you want to think of one, let me know. She's new. But Antonio's a great choice. He's, well, he gets the job done, that's for sure.
He's very sure of himself.
You know, I don't know how well I could tell that about a horse, but if I were to tell it about some horse, it would be him, so I guess that makes sense.
All right.
She goes, grabs both horses, latches them up to the cart. I think by the time this happens, your Speak with Animals is down, unless you want to ritually recast it.
I'll probably keep ritually casting it
Okay.
throughout the journey to talk to the horses, just because that's what she would do.
There is a good amount of shyness from the white horse towards Antonio.
We've got some
John is making
weird.
a timeout.
We've got some weird feedback going on in the background. I
Hello.
think Leah might be echoing.
Ah,
I don't.
I've been looking at it, and I think Leah's setup might be.
Is
a
your
little
mic?
weird.
Is your head thing
See,
close to your?
Oh,
No,
yeah.
it's not. It's not that close.
It only happens
stopped.
sometimes.
yeah,
No, it's back.
Oh, it's a little buzz.
yeah,
Hmm.
It's okay. We're almost.
it's not that big a deal. I just
We're good.
Maybe switch the headphone that's in, because that one has the mic on it, and put the
Okay.
other one somewhere where it's not that close.
Ah, yeah.
I don't know if that makes a difference.
That might work. Yeah.
hello?
A
We're
little bit.
okay.
Yeah,
Alright.
we're good. We got it.
Okay,
We
you
just had
guys
a
get
laughing fit. I think a buzz is the worst, is the easiest thing
True.
to overlook.
Oh.
you have a cart with 2 horses and a crater.
Is anybody good at leading horses? Besides Eclipse.
Who is on crater, I assume, at this
I'm gonna
point.
have my hands full with this guy.
On a scale of 1 to 20, I'm about a 2.
By the way, when Eclipse says that she's gonna have her hands full, the black and white horse who are hitched to the cart are like sitting very calmly waiting to continue the journey, and Crater's like prancing around in a
Yeah.
circle,
So excited to get that
very
out
happy
of
to be
here,
out of the
man.
stall.
Yeah. He is ready to go.
yeah.
Eowyn, any experience with horses?
Oh God, no. No, horses and I not a great mix.
Well, I could try. I may be.
I grew up around them, but I wasn't the one driving.
I mean, I feel like, all things considered, we've got somebody with us who can literally just talk to the fucking things. Feel like they are likely the one who is most capable at making sure these horses do what they need to be doing. You know? Just a thought.
I won't be too far away either, so if something does happen.
I can drive, and then Right Wing if you'd want to assist in case they go out of hand.
Alright.
Okay. There is enough bench space in the back of the cart that the rest of you can sit in it, which is really only 2 of you if Brightwing and Yasnip are going to be up on the front bench and Eclipse is going to be riding a crater. So it's the bard and the warrior in the back together.
Just sit down.
Yep.
Funny how this shit turns out, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, you had the option
Funny.
to drive.
No.
Everything's
that's-
fine.
It's fine. Also, not an option, trust me. Not something that was even going to be on the table.
We can
Is
take
this a
turns.
covered wagon? Or no?
It is not.
Okay. Alright. Shall we away?
We shall.
Eclipse is doing everything in her power not to already be away. This guy was hatty.
Alright, and I will tell the horses, we are going to head north to the forest. Do you know the way?
It depends on what forest you speak of.
Oh, God.
How far north?
To the city directly north of us. What is it called? Oh, and she realizes she's speaking to you in her native tongue. Oh, I'm sorry, yes, Nip.
Mhm.
What is the city above us?
Sawfell.
We are in the city of Sawfield, or we are going to the city of Sawfield.
The names of these towns I don't really know.
I don't either.
Do you know what it looks like?
No idea.
Alright, well, we go north then.
Alright.
The white horse seems too shy to really speak up.
Mhm.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh.
It's either gonna be really good or really bad. It was one of them. Alright.
All right.
As we set off,
You
I'll
guys
pull
set
out
off?
the lute. And I'll just give us a little road song. It's like, get your horses running. Get out on the highway.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that is where we will close session 8.
Nice.
Yay.
Nice.
We're finally leaving. Let's go.
Oh,
Yep.
man.
Also, for the record, plus 0. So this is gonna be great.
Oh boy. Who has the best animal handling then?
I got a 2.
I have a +5.
Okay,
Yeah.
that checks out.
I have a +1.
So I'm literally the worst one to do this.
I didn't know it was going to be animal handling. My
We're
thought it was
good.
going to be strength.
Yeah.
Because you're driving.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll find
Uh,
out.
Leah, by the way, you might actually want to try putting both headphones in, because then
Okay.
the one that's speaking to the mic will be covered in your ear, maybe. I don't know if that will make things better. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah.
I don't hear myf anymore.
No, I
Nope,
don't.
I
I
still
still
hear
hear it.
myself.
Yeah.
All right,
It's
we'll
okay.
It's
we'll
fine.
figure
We're
it
at
out.
the end.
Okay.
We're good.
We are at the end. So, favorite moments? Anybody?
Oh my god.
Finding out my
It
child is the
had to
worst
be
in the
Antonio.
daycare.
Antonio. I mean,
Yeah. I
like,
My son.
I had one,
This.
and I can't even remember it now.
yeah, honestly.
And it pains me that I can't remember what my original pick was because of that. That was too freaking good. Bravo,
I
Matt.
remember. I remember
Holy
specifically.
crap.
Oh no, the nuts. How did
Yeah,
you
yeah,
forget
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
about nuts?
Yes,
Both
the
Matt
nuts were
moments
great.
tonight. Yeah, both Matt moments. There we go.
Literally, like
Yeah.
the.
I miss
God.
pecans.
Yeah. I love it.
Speak
so
with Animals
much.
is like the Jester sending of this campaign, I feel like. Whenever it
Honestly,
happens,
yeah.
Yeah.
just
yeah.
utter nonsense is going to ensue.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
good.
Everything
Um,
involving Speak with Animals this session was the highlight.
That is very fair.
Very good.
I will say, beyond the utter nonsense of playing animal NPCs, which it seems I'm doing more than non-animal NPCs, I very much enjoyed the tavern conversation, especially because it's such a trope for D&D campaigns to start in a tavern, but usually the conversations are unbelievably awkward because no one knows anyone and they have nothing to talk about. And this campaign started out with randomly meeting in a square and taking off on a rescue mission, and then the tavern conversation happened several days into knowing each other, and it felt so much more like natural and meaningful, and I thought that was cool. So, bravo to you guys. Anybody else? We're just going to speak with animals.
My son is the worst kid in the daycare.
Yeah.
And I hate this, but I made him this way, so it's fine.
Yep.
Rainer is so much of a problem child.
He is a problem child. But he's a bad
All right.
I find it's just so much fun to play a character that I could just be like, I have no idea. And everyone teaching me what's going on is the best.
I have no
So much
idea
fun.
how you kept a straight face through Antonio. Like, oh my god.
Yeah. Huh.
I didn't keep a straight face.
Yeah,
Better than the rest of us.
You were saying, Megan?
I just that was, I think, my favorite part was you guys sitting there and being like, a horse of a different color, and like and this and that, and like and what this means and what this means, and it's like I've had that experience with ESL friends, and it was just very realistic to me of trying to explain colloquialisms. So that struck a chord with me, and that was a lot of fun.
I was like, "There's a word for this," and I do not remember what it is.
Yeah, I mean that was also my favorite thing, was y'all just like teaching right wing. Okay, we gotta sit down and fix this because this is gonna be.
Hold on.
We said we would. We said we would.
We did say we would do it.
Yeah.
So
And like just like the meticulous little notes.
Mhm.
And I just like to imagine in the future you're gonna be like, well, that sounds like, and then pull out your notes and sit there for 30 seconds and refer.
you broke my mind because that was definitely gonna happen.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
All
Just a
right.
little side note thing. I think you'll see before she like turns the page to a new page. You see a pressed white. Was it cherry blossom flower? No, it was
Strawberry.
a strawberry flower.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes. Lovely. Alrighty. That is it for session 8. Next week is session 9, pending any use of the 1 week off a month thing. Wow. We are making headway, guys. Amazing. And I have to make a whole new page for animal NPCs now. Darn it all.
You need a random squirrel name generator.
Yep.
The roll for gopher DC table.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. We
Roll
will
for
see you all
potato.
next week.
Bye.
Adios.
Bye-bye.
Adios.
Oh my
Fuck
god.
off.
That was amazing.